Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to LVTV's SmudgePot 2008. This isn't the game. This isn't week 5. This is the SmudgePot. I'm your son, Enrique. Here we go.
Got the band coming up here. Now we're going to get set for the national anthem. This is the 37th matchup between these two teams, the Bonita Bearcats and the San Dimas Saints. And now we have the national anthem.
I know I don't look it, but I used to play football back in the day, and there's nothing like pumping you up for a game than hearing that national anthem.
Especially with a band as good as this one.
Yeah, they look sharp out there. I mean, this is a rivalry game, so we're expecting over 6,000 people in the stands tonight. They even brought some extra stands to fit everyone in here. And we still have people standing along the gates. So, definitely, yeah, we're really packing them in tonight.
Definitely a packed house tonight. Fans are going to get excited. It's going to get jumping. Bonita's going to try and win this game. I know they haven't won the SmudgePot game in a while. How do you think they're going to do today?
Well, San Dimas is in a 4-game winning streak, and they look really good in their wing T. They got 3 running backs that are scoring at will, and they got a offensive line that comes with a lot of force. So for Bonita to have any chance against San Dimas tonight, they're going to have to stop their wing T.
All right. And what about for the Saints defense? What do you feel they have to do to stop the Bearcats offense?
Well, the Bonita Bearcats have a great quarterback in they have a great quarterback in Terry Paredes. He threw for over 2,000 yards last year. He was a starter as a junior, and he's the only junior to have started as a junior in this system in a long time. So for San Dimas to stop Bonita, they're going to have to stop the arm of Paredes.
And Paredes is definitely going to put up some big numbers. We can find, he's going to have some main targets. Casey Hareen, Derek Price, Doug Griffin, and Dwayne Gaddy.
Yeah, definitely. Those are the guys he's going to be looking to tonight. As we can see, the Bonita Bearcats are overall record of 3-1. They just came off a win last week against Baldwin Park. Big win, 49-14.
Here we have the standings where they're just behind Charter Oak, #2 in the Miramonte League.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're just 1 game away. And San Dimas, like I said, overall record of 4-0. They are definitely a powerhouse this year with that running game. It's pretty hard to stop.
That is, and there you can see first place in the Val Vista League, right ahead of Pomona and Baldwin Park, both at 3-1.
Set. And the Bonita players to watch for today are obviously number 25, Doug Griffin, their fullback, who has 35 rushes for 142 yards with 4 yards to carry.
It's definitely a good average. Anytime you can get up around 5 as a running back.
Definitely.
Also rushing for the Bearcats, we've got number 3, Casey Hareen at fullback. 15 rushes on the year for 54 yards, 3.6 average, and 1 touchdown on the season. And for a fullback, that's pretty good.
That's very good. He's getting those tough earned yards in the red zone. That's what you need him to do. And we got number 25, Doug Griffith, the wide receiver, one of Paredes' go-to guys. He's got 14 catches this year for 216 yards, 15.4 yards a catch. That's almost a touchdown every time he catches the ball, Kevin. And he's got a touchdown. He's been to the house once tonight. Pretty sure he's going to be hungry to try to get back there.
Also receiving, we got Dwayne Gotti, number 25, also a wide receiver. 14 receptions, 247 yards.
Wow.
For 17.6 yard average, 3 touchdowns already on the season.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. And we got defensive, no, not defense. We got the quarterback, the guy that's leading this cavalry of offensive weapons. Number 9, Terry Paredes, the quarterback. He's got 63 completions out of 128 attempts for 876 yards. He might go over 1,000 tonight the way he's going. He's got 219 yards a game, 7 touchdowns, and only 2 picks. Not bad, not bad.
On defense for the Bearcats, middle linebacker number 10, Jeff Jalalich, has got 28 tackles on the season. That's an average of 10.3 per game. He's also got 4.5 sacks in 4 games on the season. A sack a game, that's not bad.
He's actually the only returning defensive player this year. Yeah. And like I said, San Dimas' rushing attack is led by this guy, number 44, Nico Barbone. He's got 55 rushes for 492 yards, 8.6 yards a carry, 9 times visiting the big house. He's contributing big time.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to stop. And also at running back, they have number 5, Eric Brown. He's got 25 rushes for 204 yards, again over 8 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns on this season. So they've got a good balanced rushing attack, like you said.
Definitely. We got this 3 running back backfield. Everyone's getting in the end zone. Even number 6, Daniel Joseph, he's a running back. 24 rushes, 393 yards, 164 yards a game, 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Wow.
And that's not all. Receiving, they also have Nico Barbone. Again, 4 receptions on the year for 70 yards, 17.5 yard average. Good to have someone as versatile as that on your team.
He can do it in the backfield, and he can go deep and catch a ball, maybe catch a 2-yard pass and take it to the house. We also got number 3, Trey Evans. He's a linebacker who also plays offense. He's got 3 receptions for 58 yards, 19.3 yards a catch, and he's got a touchdown. So it's good to be one of those guys who can play offense and defense.
And running this offense, we got Mick Calamar, number 11, the quarterback. On the year, he's 14 of 26 on his pass attempts, total of 302 yards on the season. That's a 75.5 average per game. Only 1 touchdown, though, on the season. He's going to look to improve on that tonight.
Yeah, well, they're mostly a running type team, but he's doing what he's got to do. All right, here we go.
Getting ready for the kickoff here. Just going to have San Dimas kicking off to the Bearcats. We're just about to get underway here tonight at Glenn Davis Stadium.
In this exciting rivalry matchup, the SmudgePot. What is a SmudgePot, Kevin?
Actually, a SmudgePot, it's been used here through the mid-1960s. As you know, Laverne, before it got all these residences, high schools, the college, a lot of fruit tree orchards, mainly citrus. And a SmudgePot was used to heat the oranges to keep them warm so they wouldn't freeze. With the kickoff, we got the Bearcats. Looks like they're able to get it right at the 20-yard line.
30-yard line.
My bad, 30-yard line.
There you go. Here we go. Here's the start off to this great matchup. These guys in green, we got so much green in the stands tonight. Everyone's smiling, having a good time. This is the kind of game that people that have graduated years ago want to come back and see.
Yeah, they do. Every time these two teams match up, it's definitely a packed house. Everyone wants to see them win that SmudgePot. All right, here's the Bearcats. They're getting under center. It's a running play. We got looks like we had Littleton,
some tough yards.
Gardner there. Let's see.
It was a good about 9-yard gain by the running back
Good
on that
run right
that
there.
carry. And they keep getting 9 yards of carry. They won't do too bad tonight.
Yeah, that was Littleton Gardner right there with that run there for 9 yards. We now got 2nd and 1 from the 39-yard line. All right, Paredes goes under center. It's the snap, high. Get it off to Dwayne Gotti, I believe that was Dwayne Gotti there with the run.
Yeah, number 26 took that direct snap to the quarterback, took a handoff for the first down.
Nice little end around there. Get it up to the 45-yard line for the first down.
Bonita looking like mostly a passing team is doing a lot of running tonight so far.
Like you said, they've been a big passing team. Maybe they wanted to just surprise San Dimas out the gate with some running plays. Paredes in the shotgun now. 2 running backs, 1 on each side. Takes the snap. Gets it off. Oh, off the hands and intercepted. Number 24.
Whoa, what an interception. What a big play. Bonita runs 2 running plays in a row, goes for their first passing attempt, and it gets picked off. Well, what a turn of events.
That'd be Gabe Strobel there for the Saints. Pass just right off the hands, bounced right to him, able to return it.
What an early momentum change so early in the game, huh?
Yeah, like we said, this is an exciting game. We wanted to get it going right off the bat.
I'm pretty sure that's not the first time we're going to see an exciting play like that.
Oh, no. So with 10:40 here in the first quarter, we got San Dimas now on offense on their own 35. We got a running play.
Oh, reverse to number 5.
Eric Brown didn't get much on the carry. Looks
but
like
the wing tee is like Novocaine. You know, you just give it a little time and it'll work itself through.
Yeah.
That's all running game's about, just pounding it, and eventually you break down that defensive line.
There was no pickup on that play. We got 2nd and 10 now. See if they give it another try and run that ball again.
Oh, double wide receivers.
Calamar gets the snap. We have a penalty now.
Looks like it's going to be false start.
That it is. Illegal motion on San Dimas. That'll cost them.
Not going so good for San Dimas so far. They got that huge pick. Then they got the 1 run for no gain and then a penalty already.
It's like we said, it's still early. It's just under 10 minutes in this first quarter.
Yeah.
While it is 2nd and 15, they are already in their own territory. So it's going to still be pretty easy for them to get at least a field goal here on this drive. Like we had a quarterback sneak there.
Looked like it was going to be an option, but the Bonita defensive line got in there quick enough to put a stop to that before anything got started. It's weird. They usually run this wing tee offense, and they're coming out a lot in these passing formations. Try to throw Bonita off a little bit.
Yeah, well, so far it hasn't been working. They've got a total of -4 yards if you count that penalty right now. Here's the snap. It's going to, breaking tackles there. That's number 6, Daniel Joseph. Not enough for the first down, but a good hard run.
Whoa, that's a way to run the ball, huh? You think he's going down, he puts his head down, gets a few more yards.
There's a bruiser right there, just taking it to the guys, breaking tackles, not giving up.
Yeah. Both stands are pretty quiet right now. They're just really excited to see what's going to happen, just for someone to break one off, you know?
It's 4th and 7 now. Ball's right around the 32-yard line. We'll see if they decide to kick it or if they're going to go for it. And it appears they're going to go for it now on 4th and 7. And they run it again with Joseph, it looks like. And that's definitely enough to pick up the first down.
Wow. That is takes a lot of courage to go for it on your first drive on 4th and 7. It's not 4th and 1. It's not 4th and inches. 4th and 7, they decide to go for it with number 6, and he picks up the first down, no problem.
That was a big, big gutsy call by Coach Bill Zirkanow, and it paid off. They got it 1st and 10 now, keeping that drive alive, see if they can score early and try and take advantage of this Bearcats defense. And we got another penalty, it looks like. And another false start on the Saints.
I'm pretty sure San Dimas went for it on 4th down because they're usually used to scoring quick. I mean, they're averaging 46 points a game. You don't do that by waiting around and not taking chances.
No, you don't.
46 points a game, and they've pretty much took care of every opponent in their way as of yet, except the first game that they had a 27-16. That was their closest game so far.
You can't argue with these calls by Bill Zirkanow. Team's 4-0 for a reason. We got a pass play here. Oh, and it's off the hands of Eric Brown.
Whoa, that was a big play. Receiver out in the flat had a nice 15 yards of green right in front of him, and it just he T-Rexed it. He didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't
just
able to
right off the fingertips.
Yeah.
He was wide open and would have had plenty of room to get a big gainer there.
Coach says, touches your hands, you got to catch it no matter what. It's okay. It's the beginning of the game. They're still warming up. They're still filling each other out. So I'm pretty sure this game's going to get into gear any second now.
So it's 2nd and 15 now. See if they try and do another pass play or if they just go back to that running game that's been suiting them so well. Got a little motion here. It's the snap, handoff. A big old gainer right there.
That's Nico Barbone.
Nico Barbone.
Mr. 9 touchdowns this season.
Yeah. You can see why right there, just taking it to that defense.
Yeah.
Just keeping those legs churning. Pick up the first down.
He's got some big old thighs. He's a stud on the offensive side of the ball as well as playing defense. This guy's a big guy for the Saints.
We got the Saints fans all getting into it. They got their cheerleaders going. See if they can coerce their team to score a touchdown here. 1st and 10 or 1st and goal on the 9-yard line. Hand it off here. Nico Barbone again, and he's in for the touchdown.
Spins into the end zone. What a run by Nico Barbone. That was very beautiful, very well executed play by the Saints. They said, we're going to stick it right up the gut, stop us. And Bonita couldn't stop him in this particular play.
They just stuck to their bread and butter right there. 10th touchdown now on the season for Nico Barbone. Not too shabby.
10 touchdowns in 5 games. He's averaging 2 touchdowns per game. It's not that. That's not bad at all.
There's some pros that don't even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
See if they can get the point after here. Just a snap. Up and good, but there's a penalty.
Looks like there was some movement on the line. Well, if anyone questioned the Saints going for it on that crucial 4th and 7, they can just wipe that away now after they just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, they're definitely making their coach look smart.
Yeah.
And it looks like they waved off that penalty. The extra point is good. San Dimas up 7-0 early.
So this first drive that's coming off that crucial interception that they got off Paredes turned out to be successful. They ran a good variety of passing and running plays that eventually got them in the end zone where they want to be.
That they did. Passing, not so much, but that offense with that running game just pounding and pounding and pounding, and like you said.
But the thing that's good, though, they switched it up a lot. So even though the passing wasn't that effective, they were still trying to do it.
Apparently they're making them re-kick that point after again. And this one again is up and good. Again, they're up 7-0.
Kickers don't mind that sometimes. You get a free kick, you get one in, it makes you feel good about yourself to kick another one right through the uprights. It's like a practice kick,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So Bonita has to definitely bounce back after that interception they had in the last drive. The stands are a little quiet on this side, and I know San Dimas is really going to go with that pressure that they're putting against the Bearcats. I mean, they ran the ball very effectively. They looked very polished, and they got in the end zone.
And with the Bearcats, too, they started off looking so well. They just had that one bad deflected pass.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can try and pick up where they left off, minus that interception, and try and just bring another score right back, tie this game back up, have it be a whole new ball game again.
Well, Bonita High School's head coach says that hard work will defeat talent when talent doesn't work hard. So they're all about working hard. Here's the kick.
We've got number 8, Derek Price, on the return.
Saints seem to stop him pretty cold.
Yeah, didn't get much. Seems to get it up around the 26-yard line.
They're going for the pretty safe route, not kicking it deep, in order not to let the Bearcats have a good return at all, or a chance of return.
Well, Derek Price has been this awesome return man so far on the season for the Bearcats, and Saints know that. They want to try and take that weapon away from him. See what the Bearcats do with this drive right here. Number 1, Brian Hubbard, didn't get much on that run.
Yeah, defensive line sniffed that play from the start, brought him down for a pretty short gain. Looked like it was number 77.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 9 rather. 29-yard line for the Bearcats. Oh, got a big old run here. Number 9, Terry Paredes, or number 8 actually, Derek Price.
He lined up at quarterback and he got a direct snap to him, faked the handoff and took it right up the middle for a huge gain. Wow, and did a nice little nifty move at about the 40-yard line to pick up a good 15 more yards.
Got that ball all the way up to the other 31-yard line.
That's the big play, the momentum shifter that they needed to get their heads back in focus in this game.
With that big gainer, that definitely swings the momentum their way. Looking to continue now in their own territory.
There go the streamers.
Fans are finally getting into this game for Bonita. There's Paredes under center in the snap. Handoff to number 25, Doug Griffin. And he breaks a couple tackles and gets that up to the 26-yard line.
Number 25, little guy, just hiding behind those offensive linemen, sees a little open space, and boom! Shoots right through it for a great gain.
He's showing some shifty moves right there, avoiding tackles.
That's what you got to do when you're the little guy. You just wait. You got to be patient behind your blockers. Once you see that opening, you take it. Showed a nice little balance at the end, too, to pick up a nice couple extra yards.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 now for the Bearcats, with Paredes now in the shotgun. Handoff. Number 25, Doug Griffin, picks up enough for the first down.
Perfect play that they needed to pick up just enough for the first down to keep moving and hopefully get a spot in the end zone. They got reservations and they want to check in to to hotel touchdown.
They're just around the corner right there too. Not that far to go at the 18-yard line.
Not but a minute ago, a lot of these Bonita fans were in their seats. Now they're all starting to rise to see if Bonita can actually get it in there.
Can definitely feel the energy here in the Bonita sideline. And that's Derek Price getting stuffed right at the line of scrimmage there for no gain.
Nothing doing. A cavalry of Saints took number 8 down on that play.
Looks like we had number 24, Gabriel Strobel, and number 80, Matt Thrale, stopping him on that run there. So on 2nd and 11, I'm going to try it again. Same formation here in the shotgun, 2 running backs. Paredes passes, ooh, high off the hands of number 5, Littleton Gardner.
You can feel the Bonita stand just hold their breath as that ball tipped the receiver's hands, as the Saints defense eyes got really big to see if they can get that other interception.
And it was Gardner who had that same situation that led to the interception.
Yeah.
And you know he does not want to be that guy to do that again.
One time is one time enough for sure.
So on 3rd and 11, Bearcats are going to try for it one more time. Same formation, and again, they got 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. It's a snap to Paredes. Oh, tries to dump it off to Brian Hubbard, but it's right off his hands as Paredes avoids the sack.
Looks like they were trying to set up the screen, and when you're a quarterback, you're trying to set up that screen, and you're dropping back. Sometimes you're not able to deliver the pass as effectively as you want to.
Plus, when you got guys charging at you like that, trying to get the pass off, not always the first thing you're thinking about.
Exactly.
So they're going to go for the field goal here. It's going to be about a 26-yard field goal. Oh, and they do a fake. It's number 5, Littleton Gardner. Passes it off. And number 8, or number 9 rather, rushes it in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Bearcats.
What
and
a
the
play.
fans are getting into it now.
There you go, the streamers. That play definitely did not go the way they planned. But for some reason, number 5 threw that ball in the air. Number 8 caught it and said, "I'm taking this one to the touchdown. I don't care what you say."
And when he threw that up in the air, you did not expect that to rush for a touchdown. That was a floating duck pass right there. Just happened to land into the hands of Derek Price, and he ran that ball all the way in for the touchdown.
Well, Price comes into this game as one of the players to watch also. As far as last year, he was a really good player. And for him to make a play like that in such a crucial time, fake field goal, catches the ball out of the air, ugly duckling, and takes it all the way to the house. That was a great play.
Coach needs to save that one in his playbook.
That's going in the highlight reel for sure. Just like they drew it up, right, Kevin?
Exactly like they drew it up.
Wow.
We got the Bearcats cheerleaders now just anxiously waiting for that point after so they can do a little more celebration.
Well, so far both teams have gotten a big break. The Saints got that huge interception that led to the touchdown. And now here on this fake field goal, which really was just a Chinese fire drill, ended up throwing it up in the air. Immaculate reception. He catches it and takes it 20 yards for the touchdown. Doesn't even get the first down. Takes it all the way.
Definitely electric atmosphere here at this game. Momentum's just swinging back and forth. You never know which way it's going to go. Just stay tuned because you don't want to miss a minute of this game.
Yeah, it's exciting. Oh, it looks like they didn't give him the touchdown.
No,
looks
it looks like they marked him right down, right at the goal line almost. Let's see if they can punch it in now. Looks like Hubbard, but no, they ruled him stopped. They ruled that he had no forward progress, so no touchdown on that play. They're going to have to go for it again. It's going to be second and goal.
No fumble either.
That goal line defense for the Saints just stuffed them right there.
Yeah, they got some big boys on that D line, and they're not gonna get taken down easy. That defensive line and offensive line, it's a continuous struggle. 4 quarters, you're just knocking heads with the guy right in front of you.
We got a flag before anything's even done. Let's see what the call is.
There's like 12 people on the field.
Too many men on the field. That's going to set the Bearcats back a bit. It's going to make it a little bit tougher to try and get in and score that touchdown.
Shouldn't be too bad though. Second down, they're on the 6-yard line. They should have no problem getting in. They can get it in from the 25 on a fluke fake field goal. They should have no problem sticking it in from the 6-yard line.
Let's see if they run a trick play or if they run something more conservative this time.
See if they put it in their go-to guy, their guy, quarterback Paredes.
You got Paredes. Got a spread formation here in the shotgun. Paredes gets it off. And touchdown! Right over into the back corner of that end zone for the touchdown by Paredes.
Number 8, the same guy that brought it in for the fake field goal. He sniffed that end zone. He wanted to get back there soon.
He got robbed on that previous one. Now he got back and he got his money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. What a great play. They had 2 outs going on the right side.
Oh, and they're going for 2 here. It's number 14, Evan Higley, able to run it in for the 2-point conversion. Bearcats take an 8-7 lead.
The kicker's showing he can put his head down and run over somebody.
Well, Higley, not only is he a kicker, he's a backup quarterback, so he kind of knows what he's doing getting that direct snap.
What a great play. So not only did they get the field goal, get a huge first down, they were able to, even after that penalty, get in the end zone and pick up the 2-point conversion. What a turn of events.
Whether it's luck or it's skill, they don't care. They got 8 points.
They got 8 points, and they're up by 1 point. It's 8-7 with 4:13 left in the first quarter.
See if the Saints now, when they get the ball back, see if they can drive that ball again without the assistance of a interception.
Both teams, I'm really surprised. They're really 50-50 on their run and pass ratio. Like, they're trying to do both. Saints obviously more effective on the ground, and Bonita, they're just doing whatever they can to get in the end zone.
They're just wheeling and dealing, just having fun out there.
Yeah, and it worked that drive. So if they just keep that same attitude, they should have no problem going back. And this Bonita Bearcat crowd on their feet now after that 2-point conversion.
We'll get ready for the kickoff here. And there it goes. And it goes back through the end zone for a touchback. Saints will have it at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line, so they'll have 80 yards to go to get any sniff of the end zone. Which, they'd run that wing T, so they're just going to get it little by little. 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards at a time. They have no problem doing that, killing clock.
We're going to see if they can have Eric Brown and Dan Joseph and Nico Barbone have that 3-pronged attack. Try and drive that ball again.
3-headed monster.
And they're running it to start. It's Barbone again. Looks like
carrying defenders on his back.
Yeah, just running that up the gut, carrying guys.
The thing is, when you score a touchdown so early in the game, that's not the end for you. You want another one. And Barbone, he's seeing it in the distance, and he's going to get back.
And he picked up 6 yards on that carry. Real tough running yards. He earned those 6 yards.
He did. He did.
So on 2nd and 4, Kalmar's going back under center. It's a pitch play. A good run there by Eric Brown. Picks up enough for the first down, out right around, looks like the 36-37 yard line.
He's got like baby oil on his jersey or something. The defenders are just slipping off of him. Yeah, slippery little fish out there.
This Bearcat defense is missing their tackles. They're getting there, they're just missing by that much.
Yep. And that's all it takes to win in football, is that much.
Saints running back up the line a little bit quick here. We got a pass play here. Oh, and it's broken up. Intended for number 17,
play.
Kevin Colback.
Wow, what a great deflection. by number 11 of the Bearcats.
That's Matt Jelilich, the sophomore, breaking up that pass.
Wow, if he didn't knock down that pass, number 17 was definitely gonna. I don't know if he's gonna take it to the house, but he was definitely gonna get a great gain for the Saints.
Yeah, if he was able to catch that in stride and had Jelilich fallen or stumbled a little bit, he could have taken that to the house and would have had another lead for the Saints. We got a running play now.
Whoa.
Scott Barbone, and he's picking up that first down yet again.
Lowering his shoulder. I don't know. I think the defender's eyes get a little big when you see Barbone coming. Big 44 on his chest and just lowering his shoulder. I think that guy needs a cape on him.
He's a big boy, 5'11", 205.
Yeah.
He's got power in those legs. Takes a lot to slow him down. So on 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. It's the snap. Hand off to Barbone again. Looks like he picked up about 5 or 6 yards on that run.
He's the guy they're going to keep feeding it to. Pick up those hard-earned yards right up the middle to tire out that defense in the middle. Once that defense, the thing about a running team like this is once you get the defense tired and you got the one guy that's tiring everybody out, they still have those 2 other running backs with the fresh legs that they can hand it off to and pick up big yardage.
Not to mention they've still got all those wide receivers. Once they get that running game going, try and surprise them with a deep pass or something. We go another running play. Eric Brown picking up the first down.
A wing T is a really unselfish formation because everyone gets to share in the glory. Sometimes one guy will get 3 touchdowns, sometimes you'll get no touchdowns, but everyone's going to contribute to the yardage of a certain drive.
And with a team like this, you can't complain. It's a lot like what USC is doing in the Pac-10 with all those running backs they got there.
Exactly.
So on 1st and 10 from the 26. And Paredes hands it off
to number 5, and another big gain right up the middle.
Eric Brown again, the senior. Oh, it's 2nd and 1 now. Another running play, and Barbone picks up that first down. So they're going to have first down at about the 13-yard line. We're getting close to that end zone again.
Definitely. The rushing attack by San Dimas is amazing. In week 0, Daniel Joseph scored 4 touchdowns for San Dimas. 3 of them were rushing. In the next week, Nick Barbone scored 5 rushing touchdowns. In week 2, Ryan Kohler reached the end zone 4 times on runs. Like, everyone's taking turns taking it to the big house.
And here they go with another run. Barbone, did he make it?
He spins it.
They ruled it another touchdown for Nico Barbone. And the Saints retake the lead.
Nico Barbone coming into this game with only 9 touchdowns, which is a high number of touchdowns to have. And now in the first quarter, he's already scored 2. Wow. And hard-earned yards, not wide-open holes.
No.
I mean, he's had some pretty good holes, but at the same time, he's been breaking tackle after tackle.
Bearcats are definitely not making it easy for him.
No, definitely not. They're getting there. They just can't hold on.
With the way he's running, you're going to expect to see him playing somewhere on TV on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 now. And it's Barbone rushing it in for the 2-point conversion.
And it is good.
They're up now, 15-8.
Just like that, San Dimas said, okay, you guys are going to go for 2. We can do that too. Right up the middle. Just, you know where we're going. Stop us. And they can't stop them right now.
Looks like this could become a trend here. If Bonita can come back and score again, would not at all be surprised if they go for 2.
I think the first time Bonita went for 2, it was to make a statement, like, we're not afraid of you guys, we're going to do this, and we're going to succeed. And they did it, and they made it, and it was converted, and it was great. And now San Dimas like, okay, you guys are going for 2? We got something for you. And it was, they also converted, so it's like, you can feel this rivalry, the attitude that's in the game. Like, they're not going to bow down to each other until this game is at 0-0-0.
Whole lot of one-upmanship. Just be like, oh, you can do that? Well, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah. SmudgePot.
All right. We'd like to thank Warehouse Pizza for supplying our food tonight for our LVTV crew.
Yeah.
We're located on the corner of D Street and Laverne, the little downtown section of Laverne there.
Everyone knows Warehouse Pizza. It's good.
Oh,
it's all good.
It is delicious. Here's the kickoff by San Dimas. Little short pooch kick taken by number 35 of the Bearcats, who is not on our roster.
Think it's 25.
Or 25, rather. Dwayne Gotti.
Yeah, Warehouse Pizza, they not only got good pizza, they got these submarine sandwiches, these sausage submarine sandwiches that are very delicious. You should try them sometime, Kevin, if you have a chance.
They got those garlic sticks too,
yeah.
with the ranch dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are amazing. So with that penalty, they're gonna have to kick it off again. See if they go for the pooch again, or if they do a good strong kick. It's a little short kick once again. To number 8.
For such a short kick, it was a very nice return, about a 10-yard return by number 8.
And Derek Price was able to accelerate real quick with not much room.
Yeah. What San Dimas is trying to do with those short kicks is trying to make Bonita fair catch them so they don't get any return. But luckily, Bonita's at least been able to return them for 10, 15 yards the last few times.
And it seems like with both these teams, their defense and special teams is trying to do something special to stop that team, but there's some success, but a lot of times it's working against them as well. We got a handoff here to Doug Griffin, or Griffith rather. He takes it up right around the 50-yard line.
He's got some quick feet. Dipping and diving through defenders.
He picks up that first down.
That was my number in high school, number 25.
Yeah.
Little 25.
A lot of good running backs through the years have worn that number. Here he is getting it again, Griffith. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
They stopped him, but they couldn't bring him down that time.
No.
Didn't go for many yards.
Just kept churning those legs, kept fighting and fighting, but just couldn't get anywhere. And that's the end of the first quarter here. San Dimas leading 15-8.
Yeah, the score definitely, it's been a great game so far. I mean, San Dimas has come and they've run the ball as we expected them to. Bonita came out running. They've been running a lot today, actually, even though they got that great quarterback Paredes who threw for over 2,000 yards last year and has been doing great this year. They actually been running a lot this game too.
It's definitely a battle of the run game. San Dimas has the edge by a little bit right now, especially with those 2 touchdowns by Nico Barbone.
Yeah. When you run the ball, you get to control the clock, which is key in winning any football game. And both of these teams, I mean, it's a good matchup so far. 15-8. It's nothing. We're not going anywhere from here. Like it's definitely going to be a heated matchup.
While we have some time, we're going to talk a little bit more about this SmudgePot. I know people are probably wondering still about. With this game, it's been a tradition starting in 1972 when the mayors of San Dimas and Laverne agreed to exchange a polished SmudgePot as for the winner of whoever wins this game. So now let's get back to the action here in the second quarter with Bonita at the 49-yard line. Little play action there by Paredes and a screen to Brian Hubbard.
Wow, what a great little dump off to number 1, and then number 10 coming back with that crackback block. Pancake. I think number 10 carries syrup in his pockets after that pancake.
Good enough for the first down there.
That was a good changeup. We were talking about how Bonita came out here running the ball a lot. Now they changed it up with the play action pass.
And once you get that run, that play action becomes more and more effective. You may see more of that now. Ooh, little flip back to number 25, Doug Griffith. Picks up about 4 yards on that carry.
Paredes came with the option this time. He had 2 guys who he could pitch it to. He ended up pitching the last second to number 25, Griffith, and he was about 3 yards back deep in behind the line of scrimmage. And with that little burst of speed, he was able to pick up 5 yards. I mean, that's key. He was 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, able to pick up 6 yards.
Yeah, with that blitz coming from San Dimas, they were lucky to even get any positive yardage on that play. And here they are on 2nd and 5. Hand off to Hubbard, breaking some tackles, and he brought down
Stobel, number 24.
Number 24.
He's been all over the place tonight. It was a high snap in the beginning to Paredes, and that always messes up the timing of a running play. And as soon as he saw that high snap, Stobel was there to stop the play. No problem.
And Strobel's a senior. He knows exactly what he's doing out there. Just sniffed out that running play and stopped it before he could even get anywhere, with a loss of 2 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now from the 37 for Bonita. Direct snap to Derek Price. Runs it up along the sideline. Not sure if that'll be enough for the first down. We'll have to take a look.
You know,
it appears to be short by about 2 yards.
An interesting thing about these San Dimas Saints, a lot of these guys have been starting since their sophomore year. So this is a team that comes with a lot of experience, you know, compared to Bonita, which doesn't have as many returners this year.
And that experience definitely pays off, especially when all these guys have been playing together.
Yeah.
They know what each other can do. They know when to let up, when to let that other guy take over.
Exactly.
So on 4th and 2, the Bearcats go for it. And Paredes, he's running it. And it looks like he has just enough for the first down. That was close right there. He had to avoid a couple tackles to run up there.
They were going for the pass on 4th and 2 to throw the Saints off, and luckily Paredes was able to pick up just enough to move those chains.
So on the 29-yard line for Bonita, it will be 1st and 10. We've got just over 9.5 minutes here to go in the second quarter. We've got a little bit more of a spread formation now. Oh, all fumbled there by number 25, Doug Griffith, but it looks like he was able to just get right back on top of it for a short loss there.
They do a kind of a spread formation with the motion coming across with Gotti, and they have Price back as the quarterback. And, you know, when Price is back there, he's not going to throw the ball. You know he's going to run it. That time, he handed it off to Gotti, and it was just a mishandled handoff. And luckily, they were able to get the ball back.
And that direct snap to a running back is getting really popular nowadays. I know that Darren McFadden at Arkansas has been popularizing that. Even in the NFL, a lot of teams are doing that now. We got a run here by Bonita. Number 1, Brian Hubbard again.
It's like he squeaked by to the left side of that offensive line for a couple yards, but nothing much against this tough Saints defense.
The Saints have figured out what it is the Bearcats are doing on the ground. They're finally starting to slow them down. So on 3rd and 11, Paredes gets the snap. Passes, oh!
Wow.
Right through the hands of number 8, Derek Price. Nearly intercepted right off of his chest.
Oh, that's three tip passes today. Only one of them that the Saints were able to catch for an interception, but you just hold your breath when something like that happens. These Bonita receivers really got to catch that ball once it touches their hands. I mean, they've been really close to making some big plays. If they can just hold on to that ball, it played huge dividends.
And with Paredes being a freshman, you wonder if he might be a little bit nervous here, this being his first SmudgePot game. He gets a pass off, well short of the intended target. Nothing but white shirts where that pass ended up.
Yeah, you go for it on 4th and 2. Sometimes it's just good to be safe and take the field goal. If you're too far, punt it away.
So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Saints getting the ball back now at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. You know the Saints are going to just come back with their running offense that's been very effective in the first quarter and the beginning of this quarter.
It's not a matter of what they're going to do. It's just a matter of who they're going to have do it.
Exactly.
Got a handoff.
That run right there just like Barbone got it, closed his eyes, and just moved his legs forward. Stuck his head behind his offensive lineman's back and just kept driving.
Yep. That's a short pickup there for Barbone. 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7. This Bearcat defense looking like they may be getting a little bit tired. They've just been punished so far by Barbone, whether it be Barbone, Eric Brown, Dan Joseph.
Whoa!
Oh, we got a big run here. Eric Brown taking it to the house for San Dimas. Big gainer.
Right up the middle.
They expand on their lead. 21-8 now. They still got that extra point. Could be 22-8.
Eric Brown zooming down the middle. No one close to him for about 15 yards, and just scored the touchdown. This Saints sideline is going crazy right now.
He just hit that hole quick and hard.
Yeah.
Got through and had nothing but daylight.
When all you see is end zone in front of you, it's not a bad thing.
He must have had a big old smile on his face as he took it in there. Here's the extra point. The kick is up and good. So
almost blocked by the Bearcats that time.
So the Saints now take a command, or not so commanding, but they're up 22-8. Still have 7 minutes to go in this first half.
Well, what's commanding about it all is that big stop that they had against Bonita on 4th down. And not only were they able to stop them on 4th down, but they were able to move it down the field and then not just score a touchdown, but score a touchdown on a huge play. 60-yard run right up the middle. You can't allow that at being a Bearcat.
No, if Bonita can score here, it may save them a little bit of face, give them a little bit of momentum for when they come back in the second half. But if they don't score here, there's going to be some sad players there in the locker room at halftime.
Well, the good thing is Bonita has that really good quarterback, so they can utilize their passing attack. They just got to get it going.
Here's the kickoff. See if they do another short poocher. We got a little bit of a longer kick. And the Bearcats let that go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, you think the Bearcats start moving up because they think they're going to pooch it, and then they kick it deep. Because they've been very effective on those short pooch kicks, returning it for at least a good 10, 15 yards. And that was giving them great field position starting at the 40. Whenever you can start at the 40, makes it much easier for your drive.
Yeah, Coach Bill Zirkinel for these San Dimas Saints, definitely switching it up, not sticking to one plan, not being able to let Coach Eric Podley for the Bearcats figure out what it is he's doing. We got a pass here, number 31, Eric Mickety, short gainer there.
That's a one-step drop. You turn, you throw. You usually run a short passing route like that when you know the defenders are playing a little bit off of you. That way you can get those quick, easy yards that they're just giving to you. They're going to give it to you. You got to take it. Bonita doesn't have any time to waste now. I mean, they still have almost 7 minutes to play in this half, but they got to get something going, not just drive-wise, but momentum-wise.
And it's not the big play they were looking for, but if they can just move the ball down, eat up some of that clock, and be able to get a score before the halftime, they'll be feeling a lot better about themselves.
Personal foul, looks like.
That'll definitely help them. So they're going to have it now at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half.
This game with all this running's been going by really fast.
The snap. Little dump off to number 10. That's Jeff Jelilich. Picks up about 2 yards right there. This will be around 2nd and 8.
It's a good ball that he threw. He was getting taken down as he was releasing the ball, and he was able to get it out to his receiver. 2 yards is 2 yards. We'll take it at this point.
Yeah, and didn't have much room to work with on that pass. So just to be able to pick up those 2 yards is doing the job. Got Paredes still in the shotgun. Another little dump off to Doug Griffin. He picks up the first down.
See, what happens is Dimas has such a strong defensive line, and they're very aggressive. And what you want to do with an aggressive defensive line that's getting penetration quick is you run a screen. You let them all come in, you let your offensive line go behind them, you flip a little screen, and you let your guy do some work.
Yeah, because that D-line is definitely penetrating, and they're penetrating quick. So it's making it a lot easier for Paredes to just dump it right over him and have his running backs pick up some yardage.
Looks like Saints are taking a timeout right now. Yeah, Saints taking a timeout right now because Bonita's running that screen very effectively. They ran it 3 times so far. One time it went off the receiver's hands and they weren't able to do anything with it. But the other 2 times when it was actually successful, they got some pretty good yards. Bonita just needs to keep doing what they're doing. These little dump-off passes are working because the defense is penetrating so quick. They just got to let it go and let the receiver do what he can with it.
Yeah, Griffith, Gotti, even Paredes getting the job done.
Yeah, Price has been huge this game.
Price.
Too.
They haven't used him much on this drive. Still waiting to see him here. But you know eventually they're going to have to go to him.
This Glenn Davis Stadium almost packed to capacity, and then some.
Got the snap, little handoff, and Griffith breaking tackles. See, hit out of bounds right around the 30-yard line after picking up a first down.
Perfect run play to pick on that sort of situation. Like I said, this defensive line is penetrating so quick. You let them pass by you, you hand it off for a draw. He picked up big yards. I mean, Griffith was already stopped in the backfield, but he was able to escape with those little quick legs that he has around the left side.
Started running up the gut, saw he didn't have anything, took it in reverse a little, got his momentum going again, able to run it right around the corner and pick up that first down.
Yeah, for a little guy, he's got a good little stiff arm too. He stiff armed about 2 defenders to pick up some huge yards on that play.
Like a bowling ball. Once he gets going, he's hard to stop.
Yeah.
Paredes still in the shotgun. We got a flag on the play, but he's going for the deep pass anyway.
Oh.
And it's broken up. Would not have been a touchdown, it looks like anyway. Intended for Derek Price.
Derek Price, there we are. We were calling his name earlier, and Paredes was trying to hit him on that play.
Let's see what the call is here. It's going to be a false start on the Bearcats. So it'll be 1st and 15 now. Set them back a little ways, right around the 35-yard line.
Bonita just has to keep doing what they're doing on this drive, just getting their plays little by little, chipping it away little by little. There's no rush. With 5:48 still left in the half, there's no rush for them to get in the end zone right now. They can take their time.
They've still got plenty of time. Do some more running plays. If it comes down to a minute or so left, that's when they're going to have to try and go for that pass. And we got another flag, but he completes it to number 10, Jeff Jelilich. Right around the first down marker, but we'll see what that flag is for. I have a feeling it's going to be another false start, though.
Yeah, and a time that's so crucial like this, you can't have bonehead plays like false starts against you. The Saints team is already tough enough. You can't give them penalties to help them out.
No, you cannot. We got an illegal chop block. So that'll set them back. So it's 1st and 20 now.
The bad thing that they need 20 yards. The good thing that it's first down still.
No loss of down, but they are set back that 10 and extra yards with 5:23 to go now. Here's Paredes stepping up in the pocket. Gets it off to Gardner, it looked like there on that play.
That was a good play. First down, they pick up 10, 11 yards. Now they got 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 9. Not so bad. Not in a bad situation.
No, not at all.
And like I said, they're letting that clock creep down little by little, and that's fine. They can take their time. That way they can score, get the ball back in the second half, and hopefully score again to get this knotted up.
Going again, staying in that spread shotgun formation. There's the snap to Paredes. Little pass there to number 9, or to Derek Price, actually. He gets it right around the first down marker. Looks like he might be a yard or so short.
Yeah, that was a good play by Paredes. Nice catch by Price. Looks like they got 3rd and short. I'm thinking they've passed it for the last 2 downs because they had a lot of space to make up. They might go with the run on this play.
Would not at all be surprised if they try to run it up the gut, maybe even a quarterback sneak. But they're in the shotgun again, so what do we know? Little screen pass there to Griffith, and he's bringing it in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bonita. They come back and they score it 22-14, just exactly what they were looking for.
Little Griffith, number 25, I'm telling you, we thought they were going to do a run, which you might do on a 3rd and 2. They said, no, we're going to drop back like we're going to pass. They end up dumping it off on the screen for a huge play and a touchdown. Griffith gets in the end zone, and the stands, they go crazy.
Just goes to show you, right when you figure out what these teams are going to be doing, they just keep switching it up on you.
That's why we're up here announcing the game and not coaching,
yeah.
Kevin.
They're lining up for the point after. See if they actually kick it this time or if they do another trick play, and they're kicking it, and it's up and good. So with 3:41 left in this second quarter, Bonita's getting closer. It's now 22-15, Saints up on the Bearcats.
Yeah, Bonita's in a good situation. I mean, they produced a long drive, killed a lot of time off the clock, and ended up getting in the end zone. At the same time, Dimas can also milk the clock, but they have the capabilities to score quick also. So let's just see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, we saw in that last drive they had big 60-yard run, so it doesn't take long for them to score. They can easily score in this 3 minutes and 41 seconds we have remaining in the half.
You know, usually a run up the middle isn't made to go 60 yards for a touchdown. It's made to get little yards here and there. But the way that Dimas Saints been executing their plays, I mean, it's been very easy for them.
You know, with the way this Bearcat defense has been tackling, they're going to definitely have to try and step it up here. They do a little fake on the kick here.
They got to gang tackle and hold on for dear life to Barbone and all these running backs from the Saints.
Here's the kick. Good kick. Right around the 1 yard line. Oh, and it's dropped. Picks it up. And he is stopped just inside the 10-yard line, right around 6 or 7 yard line there.
What a terrible thing to happen for the Saints, and it's such a terrible time for them. On the opposite side, what a great turn of events for the Bonita Bearcats. I mean, to have San Dimas now have to travel almost 90 yards to score a touchdown with 3 minutes left, the Bonita Bearcats are in a good situation.
They're definitely feeling better about themselves right now. Now it's just a matter of this defense showing they can step up and finally stop this running game.
Yeah.
And here they go. We got Kalmar lining up. Hand it off. Barbone again with the carry.
See, and this is what Bonita can do. They can't, even with 3 minutes and a half left, they can't let Barbone get 10 yards of carry. It'll take him 9 times to get to the end zone.
And that's exactly what he's done right now. He's picked up that first down, moved those yardsticks.
I mean, granted, he's a big guy and he's very talented, but Bonita has to find a way to stop him.
Now, if you're the Saints, do you just run it here and hope for the best, or do you try and actually go for that end zone if time starts to run out?
I think if you're the Saints right now, you just keep working on your running game that's been very successful so far. Maybe after a few runs, after you get a couple more first downs, maybe do a play-action fake. They almost got that deep pass that barely got tipped earlier in the first quarter. Maybe go back to a play like that and get another chance to get back in the end zone.
We'll see what they do here on 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line. Clock ticking down, about 2.5 minutes left. We got a good run. Eric Brown.
Brought down pretty quick by number 26.
Or Daniel Joseph, we should say, on that carry.
Looked like he was going to come around that corner really quick, and he got brought down. Still picked up pretty good yardage. It's a big third down for San Dimas and for Bonita.
They got both bands trying to support their teams. Here's the snap, another running play. And we have a fumble. Bonita sideline saying they have it.
San Dimas saying they have it. We'll see what the ref.
And Bonita has recovered the fumble.
Whoa, and the Bonita sideline goes crazy. First of all, the Saints fumble that kickoff return and barely get a 5-yard return out of it. Now, after moving the ball pretty effectively, Barbone, their biggest playmaker, fumbles the ball and Bonita recovers.
Well, with all the good he's been doing so far, it's about time something bad finally happens to him. So momentum definitely going Bonita's way now. They got it in their own territory, 21-yard line, 1st and 10, just under 2 minutes to go to try and score and reclaim the lead. The snap to Paredes. He passes it off. Number 25.
That's little Griffith. Big playmaker today.
Griffith. Let's see if he got that first down. It was really close.
Looked like he was a little short. Oh, no, they're moving the sticks.
No, they're moving those sticks. He got that first down.
I think Bonita should not take any timeouts here. Let the clock run down and hopefully get in that end zone.
Another snap. Oh, and a flag. Not what Bonita's looking for right here. Right after they pick up that first down, they have a flag. Looks like it's going to negate them some yardage. Yeah, and then line up offsides.
Yeah, it seems like Bonita, every time they start getting going, they shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to run out of toes before this game's over.
So we're going to try again. 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line.
San Dimas defense is trying to get their crowd riled up. Bonita side is kind of quiet.
I think the Bonita side here is just lying in anticipation, waiting to explode, waiting for them to score that other touchdown so they can reclaim the lead or even tie it. Paredes passes it. Intended for number 24, Brian Barnes, but it's knocked down.
Barbone on the defensive side, knocking down passes.
He's making up for that fumble.
He almost got his hands on that. I thought he was going to come up with the pick.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 now. Just over 1:30 for the Bearcats to try and score. So they've still got time to try and go back to that running game, pick up some yardage, and then maybe go back to the air attack if they don't pick up lots.
They're on the 25-yard line. They got plenty of time.
But they're sticking to the pass. Oh, and it's just off of the hands of Derek Price.
So far, that's three drops by Derek Price. Even though he's a big-time player, he's dropped some key passes.
Well, it's not the greatest of passes from the catch. Had to turn around a little bit, lean back a ways. Got his hands on it, though, so like you said before, if you get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
You got to catch it. Especially in a time like this, 1:29 left in this half. If they can get a touchdown here, it'll be huge for them because they get the ball back second half.
I mean, even just the fact that they weren't able to let San Dimas come and score another touchdown, that could help them even right there. They had a short pass, and they're ruling it was trapped by Price. No catch by Price.
He tried to sell it like he caught it, but the referees weren't buying what he was selling.
Yeah, no Oscar for that acting job.
Good try though. You got to do that. You got to sell, even if you don't catch it. You got to make it seem like you did.
And so Bonita's taking the timeout now. But once they get back, it's going to be 4th and 15 from the 25. They could kick it. They could try and go for it. What do you feel with
thoughts, I don't know,
their best options here?
It's 4th and 15. They get the ball the second half. I think you go for the field goal here because you still got a whole half of football to play. It's not the end of the game. They still got a lot of football to play here. And looks like they haven't found a way to stop Barbone, but he did cough it up this last time. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing on defense and just kick it here and then don't let the Saints get the ball back and score. Good. I think that's what they're most afraid of. They're afraid of if they kick it here, even if they make it, they're afraid the Saints are going to drive down the field and get another touchdown.
All right, so with 1:22 to go in this second quarter, San Dimas Saints are up 22-15 over the Bonita Bearcats. You're watching LVTV 3 as Bonita goes back on the field. We're live here at Glenn Davis Stadium in Laverne. And it appears they're going to be going for it on 4th and 15. Bold move right here. Paredes with the snap, passes, and it's Price. And he runs it in for, did he get in for the touchdown? No, just short.
Wow. Just when you don't think they're going to trust him after he just dropped that last pass. Even though it was a tough pass, they give him a post right in the middle, and he catches it for the first down. 4th and 15, and they pick it up. What are the odds?
And with a big play guy like that to be wide open right over the middle, just took full advantage of that play. How he didn't get in the end zone, I don't know. It looked like he was about to get in there.
Yeah, San Dimas really left him all alone in the middle.
So let's see if they can punch it in now. Here's Hubbard, but he's tackled for a loss. Tackled by number 4, Koalas Brown of the Saints.
Here it gets tricky. The clock is winding down, but you don't want to call any timeouts because you don't want to give the Saints any time to score again.
Bearcats now with that other timeout. 37 seconds left to go.
Good call. That was an exciting play. I really thought that was chancy. 4th and 15 going for it. But this is not a regular game. This is the rivalry that if you lose this game, you're going to hear about it all next year.
Well, both teams have been taking a lot of chances so far in this game, and for the most part, they've been working out.
Yeah, and it's made this game very exciting. When you go for something that you don't think is going to work, and it works, It just gets the whole crowd up and cheering and going crazy.
Got that sense of suspense going.
Yeah, it's like Bonita's working on something special here as the coach whispers something into Paredes' ear. Let's see what they do here.
See if they can punch it in now. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Looks like they put a couple more seconds back on the clock. Went from 38 to 40 seconds. For 40 seconds. Bonita has 40 seconds to work with.
It's the snap to Paredes. Pass. Deflected, and it's caught.
Wow.
Wow. Just when you think we've seen everything, we have another amazing circus play by Bonita.
Oh my God.
The pass was brought in by Ryan Barnes after bouncing off another one of his fellow teammates.
These are the kind of plays in football that you live to do it once, to be a part of it once. They do it twice, not only in the same game, in the same half.
And the way that ball bounced up, you could have sworn that those San Dimas Saints were going to get it. With that point after, it is now tied at 22-all, 35 seconds left in this half.
What a turn of events here by the Bonita Bearcats. I got to give them a lot of credit. They have a lot of courage going for it on that 4th and 15, getting it with the post in the middle with number 8, catching that for the first down, and then this touchdown was incredible. Bounced off one guy, and then another receiver catches it in the end zone.
And they're showing a lot of faith in their passing game after starting off doing mostly running plays.
Yeah, and then the first pass that they threw was tipped and intercepted. So you can see they have a lot of confidence in Paredes.
And it seems like as this game goes on, Paredes is getting more and more comfortable completing more passes and getting these big plays.
Yeah, I think a game like this too, like it's cold outside, so you want to be out there, you want to be in the trenches getting warm, and as soon as you start getting warm and you're in the game, stuff starts going your way, that's when football's fun.
Got that little trick thing again on the kickoff. Here's the actual kickoff now by the Bearcats, and it's a little ground ball. It pops up. Good return, breaking some tackles there. Gets it up around the 35-yard line.
That was a very nice return. We'll see what Saints are going to do now, if they just say, hey, we're going to run it, or if they'll just down it and get ready for the second half.
Well, with 31 seconds left, they're going to have to move this ball really quickly if they want to try and get into field goal range or even attempt to get that touchdown.
Stop defense!
Looks like they're just going to kneel it. Oh.
Nope, they're handing it off, and they got a big break. Number 6, Daniel Joseph, taking it up to the opposing to the other 40-yard line.
This changes everything. Once you cross the 50-yard line, then you have a chance to score. They can get it 20 yards closer, they're in field goal range.
And they're calling a timeout now with 23 seconds left. Want to try and keep as much time on that clock so they can try and get as much yardage as they can before they decide whether they need to kick a field goal.
I love the Saints offense. They get up to that line so slow and calm. All of a sudden they run a play, 15 yards, 20 yards, 60 yards. I mean, they've been very effective in their running game, and it shows. Like in their past 4 games, they've put up big numbers. Everyone's getting carries. Everyone's getting in the end zone, and it's just a joint effort. There are no real superstars on this Saints offense. They're all contributors.
And with this offense, you know exactly what you're going to see, but they're still successful.
Yeah.
They're still able to get those plays going. We got this Bearcat crowd now chanting for defense, want to stop these Saints here on their home field.
.23 seconds left. Bonita has to stop them here to eliminate any hopes of adrenaline rush for the San Dimas offense next half.
Another handoff, another running play. Back to Joseph, breaking tackles. Let's see if he can make it in. Break another tackle, and he's in for another touchdown.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. Oh, and it was on Bonita, chop block on Bonita.
So that touchdown will score. Daniel Joseph, 40-yard run, breaking tackles left and right, running every which way, getting into that end zone, and retaking the lead for the San Dimas Saints.
This is an exciting game. It was more than a 40-yard run because right there at the 20, he had to cut across field all the way back almost to get to the other corner of the end zone. This was not part of Bonita Bearcats' plan at all.
This was not them looking their best on that play.
In the last minute, we've got 2 touchdowns scored. That's incredible. I'd say in the last 40 seconds.
Kick almost blocked there by the Bearcats, but they're able to get it up and through. So the Saints retake the lead, 29-22. 10 seconds left here in the first half. But as we've seen, that could be enough for another touchdown drive for the Bearcats.
I agree. You bounce off someone's helmet and someone goes for 50 yards. You never know in this game. But that touchdown was huge for the Saints because the Bonita Bearcats, they get on offense first next half. So for the Saints to be up 1 touchdown already, that helps them a lot defensively. They can gamble a little more with blitzes and so on.
Well, they've definitely got that sense of security with that 1 touchdown lead going in rather it being a tie at halftime.
Definitely. Here with 10 seconds, I don't know. I can't even predict what's going to happen next. This game's been very crazy.
I'm not even going to say anything because we already know it's going to be wrong.
Everything that I've said, yeah, has been the opposite. I thought the Saints were just going to come out here this last drive and just kneel it and get into the second half. Nope. They were too hungry, and they decided, we should try to go to the end zone one more time, and they did.
Yeah, with these running backs they've got, why not? Might as well take that shot.
Why not?
Short little kick to Hubbard, or not Hubbard. Let's see who we got there.
So we got 1 play. Who knows what they're going to do? If they're going to kneel it, if they're going to do a screen, if they're just going to do a Hail Mary. Cross their fingers, see if someone lands in the end zone, pops off somebody's helmet, somebody's fingertips.
Have a little hook and lateral like that Stanford game. Have to fight off the band.
Classic game.
With 4 seconds left, they don't have time to do much.
It's been such a quick game so far, but so much has happened. Big time scoring.
It looks like they're lining up to just take a knee and bring it into the second half. That's exactly what they're doing. So at halftime, it will be the San Dimas Saints 29 and the Bonita Bearcats 22.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of plays back and forth so far. They just can't predict what's going to be happening in the second half.
Yeah, this game has gone back and forth, and every time we think it's going to end or they're just going to call it quits, the other team steps up big time with a huge play. I mean, balls popping off people's helmets, people's fingertips into the end zone, runs for 60 yards up the middle.
And with this San Dimas Saints, we've talked about that 3-prong rushing attack before the game. That's exactly what they've been doing.
Yeah. And then this will be the 37th consecutive SmudgePot battle. For the first time, there will be a charity aspect to the game. Both football teams will be competing to raise money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. The week before the game, both squads will raise money on their respective campuses for the cause. And this organization provides college scholarships to the children of Special Operations soldiers killed in combat or in training. In addition, this organization provides funds for families of wounded soldiers to travel to hospitals where they're being treated. There will be tables at each gate for spectators to donate, and a collection will also be taken right now at halftime.
On a lighter note, we had a streaker on the field, just tackled by the police we got here on hand. So even at halftime, it's exciting.
Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen at these Bonita games. So far, what we thought was going to happen happened. I mean, San Dimas came out with their running game strong, and because that's their strength. They got 3 running backs, 3 studs that are just pounding the ball. Then you got Bonita, who pretty much mixed it up a lot in the beginning, then started passing. Number 25, Griffith, came up with some huge plays. Number 8, the receiver, he came up with some the touchdown over here with the fake field goal that ended up getting called back, but then he catches the touchdown in the end zone from Paredes. It's
Kevin, when they do the band thing, just send it to the halftime field.
Yeah, Griffith and Price, they've been everything as advertised. Price did start off a little slow, had some passes go off his hands, but with that big touchdown there, that was exactly what Bonita needed to.
Yeah, definitely. We should talk about a local legend, though, that's from the University of Laverne.
That's right. Unfortunately, LVTV at this time would like to acknowledge the recent passing of Roland Ortmeyer. Played a huge factor at the University of Laverne since 1948. Spent 43 years leading the Leopards program. But as it was said in a Sports Illustrated article, to simply label him a coach is like praising Picasso for knowing the primary colors. He's just an amazing guy. Ortmeyer personally impacted all those who crossed his path. Charles Bentley, the director of publications at the University of Laverne, said, "In your life, you'll meet people who influence your life, people who make you change your life, and people who just being around him change your life." Coach Ortmeyer was all 3. He influenced all who knew him, including the faculty members, students, players, peers, and even rival coaches, and all are better people because they know him. Ort passed away October 9th on 2008 at the age of 91. He is survived by a sister, 2 daughters, along with 4 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Everybody will remember the legend that was and always will be Roland Ortmeyer. We're now going to send it to halftime here at Glenn Davis Stadium.
Every so often in our lives, we cross paths with individuals who have a unique angle in conducting themselves. Not really knowing what these people are about, they offer us a different approach to a common way of doing things. What sets them apart from most is their consistency and dedication to their methods. It may only be after we go about on our own path that we're able to look back and realize just how special an individual like this is. Perhaps this is a part of what legends are made of, and what truly made Roland Ortmeyer a man of the ages. He was born Roland Lewis Ortmeyer on August 22nd of 1917 in College Park, Maryland. Although he grew up in Montana, by the time he finished high school, he was already forming some of his unique coaching philosophies that were to be a foundation for the rest of his life.
From my high school coach, I picked up the fact that it's good to be interested in your players. Know them, know their families, and just become acquainted with your players.
The way he treated everybody pretty much equally and really cared about everybody, gave a feeling to everybody that he cared about them. And they felt, all of them felt like they were special to Ort.
5 months after graduating from Northwestern University, Ort met the woman with whom he would spend over 4 decades, Cornelia Bergen.
I was visiting my quarterback one Sunday afternoon. Somebody opened up the front door and called out, "Billy, Billy, can I use your phone? I'm expecting a telephone call and ours seems to be out of order." And the quarterback's mother said, "Come in the kitchen and meet the new coach. The new coach is out in the kitchen, so come out." So she said, "Hi, Coach."
Soon after, the two were married on August 22nd, 1943 in Glendive, Montana. Within 5 years, Roland and Corny moved to Laverne.
We came here with the understanding that I would be the football coach and the baseball coach and assist in basketball as well.
Ort's legend was starting to take root. Within the first year, Corny gives birth to their first of 3 children, a son, David. Things were going quite smoothly for the Ortmeyers as they were enjoying their new lives, roles, and surroundings until that one fateful day in 1954.
It was the Saturday of the start of Easter vacation. I got up about 5 o'clock and came over to work on the baseball diamond and assumed that David would come over and be with me. He left Woody Hall and he met some friends, and they ended up going down to Pudding Stone, and he drowned there. David was 6 years old when he drowned. Tough.
Though the death of his son was a tragedy, it would also mark a new beginning for Ort.
So it was the next year then that Corny and I were feeling pretty sorry for ourselves that we started this. We didn't think it would become something we'd do every year, just something we wanted to do that Easter to kind of take away some of the pain. And took the trip into Zion. And then it just grew into an event.
For over 30 years, Ort would take rafting trips every summer, including anybody and everybody from faculty to students. All were welcome for an experience of a lifetime.
Ort was a football coach, and he seemed to be untouchable, but I soon learned that his first love seemed not to be in football, but instead with people. And he was able to take me, a person who had no business being on a football team, and he showed me another way to have fun and another way to be involved in sports for the rest of my life. And so I discovered kayaking, and I discovered rafting. And so I spent my summers, I spent 15 summers with Roland Ortmeyer.
Hence, the Laverne pastime was born. For the next 40 some odd years, Ort coached, taught, mentored, advised, befriended, and built up one of the most admired personalities of his time.
The thing that sets him apart from other coaches is his wanting you to have fun, enjoy, and learn from the game, to take those experiences with you off the field and apply them in everyday life.
Philosophies on life were the heart of Ort's character, and before his retirement from the University of Laverne, he had become quite the legend. "1991 brings a stadium dedication. And in that same year, Ort retires as the Leopards' head football coach.
Well, there's a picture of Ort after his last game at the University of Laverne, where they filled the bleachers with former players who now are fathers. Some of them are grandfathers. Some of their grandsons are playing at Laverne, and I think the #1 reason for that would be Roland Ortmeyer, and it's amazing. I don't know how you could ever calculate the number of people whose lives he touched.
Later that year, Ort is awarded Professor Emeritus by ULV, one of the highest regards given. In 1993, Ort and Corny celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. In 1994, Ort is inducted to ULV's Sports Hall of Fame, where the last line of his plaque reads, "The more ways I can touch people, and the more people who can touch me, the greater life is."
Touching tribute there at halftime to Ortmeyer.
Yeah.
Just one more thing we want to say that from Jim Pascal, of Laverne faculty member and former coach and athletic director, once it says about Ort that his philosophy on athletics was the purest and most idealistic of anyone that he's ever run into, and he always has the students' best interests as a top priority. He would always make time for the students because he believed they should be the focus.
So this game's been intense. Plays back and forth. San Dimas has been on fire. Bonita's come up with some huge plays. I don't even know what to expect in the second half.
I don't think anyone in this entire stadium knows what to expect. But Bonita is going to get the ball back to open it. They had a little bit of momentum at the end there. We'll see if they can pick that back up again. They're only down by 1 touchdown, so they're in this game. They're very much in this game.
Yeah, we got their big-time players on the Bonita side. Of course, quarterback Paredes, number 8, the receiver Price, and number 25, the running back Griffith, who's really stepped up for Bonita. Got some clutch first downs. That little guy really can move.
He's been real shifty. Just every time you think he's going to go down, he just makes that little juke move and he picks up another 2, 3, 4 yards.
Yeah, and then we got the Saints. You know, they got that 3-headed monster back there with Barbone and Eric Brown, and they're stuffing it down Bonita's throat, and Bonita really doesn't have the cure for it yet.
No, they just cannot figure out how to stop that big, powerful San Dimas rushing attack.
Yeah, definitely. This crowd is ready to see what's going to happen here on the second half, and here Bonita and San Dimas are meeting in the middle of the field. This game's been everything what it's supposed to be, everything that it's built up to be every year. It's always a great game. Head coach for San Dimas said that this game is never a blowout. It's always a close game, and it's been everything thus far.
Yeah, I mean, with a SmudgePot game, you can't ask for anything less.
Yeah.
This is always the biggest game of the year, and from what we've seen tonight, we know exactly why that is.
Yeah.
These teams just love taking it to each other. There's just no stopping them once they get going.
Here we got the San Dimas and the Bonita players about to run through their banners. Try to get warmed up again. Here it's getting a little cold here in Glenn Davis Stadium.
Yeah,
they got to get warmed up again, get those muscles relaxed, and get ready to get back in the gridiron, get this part 2 going, the crowd is a little quiet on this side, but not because they're not into the game. They just don't know what to expect next.
And they're just focusing in. They don't want to miss a single thing, and then when it does happen, they do erupt. They love this team.
Like a volcano.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's pretty much same thing going on with this San Dimas crowd. Until something big happens, they're just on the edge of their seat being, all right, when's it going to happen? When are they going to get that other big run?
Yeah.
And here comes the Bearcats, and then now here come the Saints.
Saints getting pretty pumped up on that side. Honestly, if the Saints just keep doing what they did in the first half, I mean, they should have no problem coming out with the victory. As you can hear, them getting booed by the home side right now.
Yeah.
It's really anybody's game. But right now, San Dimas is in the lead, and if they just keep doing what they're doing, they should be in good shape.
I think what it'll really come down to is if Bonita can score on this opening drive, bring back the momentum, have things swing back their way, I think they'll be all right. If they're unable to do that and San Dimas is able to capitalize, this game could get out of hand real quick.
That's true. I mean, San Dimas is scoring 46 points a game. That's not an accident. You don't just score that many points, accidentally. They know what they're doing, and thus far they've played to their potential.
We'll have to see if this little halftime pep talk has helped the Bearcats figure out how to stop that rushing attack of Brown and Joseph and Barbone.
Yeah, those guys the great thing about a three-way running attack like that is no one gets tired, and then when you see your buddy break for a 40-yard touchdown, you're like, hey, I want one of those too, and it gets you pumped up, so everyone's getting pumped up. As I said, this is not a selfish type offense. Everyone's contributing. Everyone's doing well.
No, not at all. No selfishness at all on the part of San Dimas. And I think that's a reason why they're scoring those 46 points a game. They're just saying, well, I got mine here. Why don't you have a shot? And then like, oh, okay. And just going around and around and around, and it's doing big things from. We got the kickoff here as we start the third quarter. Oh, we got a big old return here for the Saints. Number 6, Daniel Joseph, returning it all the way to the 32-yard line.
Daniel Joseph is the guy with the big touchdown late in the second half, in the second quarter, and here he's bringing back the momentum for the Saints. Bonita tried to do a little pooch kick, and they were still able to return the kick really nice.
And Joseph just got right under it, built up his momentum, just wasn't any stopping him.
Yeah. He was one defender away.
All right, Kalmar's leading his offense out there to start this quarter again. Looks like he has the quarterback keeper. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards.
Looks like they ran a veer there. Either he can give it to the fullback or take it himself and let the fullback lead block. That time he let Barbone lead block for him. Picked up a pretty good amount of yardage, about 3 yards.
So 2nd and 7 now on the 29-yard line. Like we said, we got this San Dimas Saints leading 29-22. A handoff to number 5, Eric Brown, but there's a flag on the play.
Looks like there was a little movement by the offense.
That's exactly what it was. False start on San Dimas.
Yeah, these running plays are all about timing, and then one guy messes it up for everybody.
San Dimas has gotten a lot of false starts, but even then it has not stopped them from scoring these points that they've had so far in the game.
This is big here for Bonita. They have to stop him here on this drive to make a statement that they're here to stay, and they.
Kalmar under center, handoff to Barbone. Got a nice little pickup there, about 4 yards.
Just chipping away this, wing T offense just made not supposed to be flashy. Luckily they were able to break some huge runs in the first half, but it's really not what this offense is about. It's just about getting yards little by little.
And what they're doing now, just a little ticky-tack yards here and there. Eventually they're going to tire down that D line of Bonita, and that's when they're able to break off those big run plays, 40, 60 yards for touchdowns. There's Barbone again with the carry. Looks like he picked up maybe 2 yards on that after getting hit in the backfield.
Stopped pretty good by Daniel Harriman, was the first guy to get there. He made Barbone stumble, and that got the cavalcade of the rest of the Bearcats there to bring him down. You can't bring down Barbone with just one Bearcat. You need a couple, a few even.
But it seems like this Bearcat defense has a better idea of how to stop this rushing attack. Just opening up this third quarter so far. After that return, they haven't seemed to pick up of much else. The pass by Kalmar. No one near that pass. Nearest player was the defender, number 26, Dwayne Gotti, at the free safety position.
Here there's been a big trend about going for it on 4th down. Here they go for it on 4th down, do a pass down the middle to Casper the Friendly Ghost. I don't know who they were throwing it to, but good thing for Bonita. Now they get the ball back, and just like we said what they needed to do, they needed to stop San Dimas. They stopped them. 3 and out, and here we go. Let's see what they can do with it.
They got a little bit of ways to go now, starting out on their own, or on the opposing 29-yard line. Got a little bit of delay here. All right, right, Paredes in that shotgun formation again. He's going to go little screen pass to Brian Hubbard. He picks up about a yard or two, not much, but got a positive play.
Yeah. I mean, they have plenty of time, so that's okay. They're coming back from the first half. They got to get back warmed up. So a little play like that, it's positive yardage. Anytime it's positive yardage, it's good yardage. Especially on first down. Anytime you can get some yardage on first down, it just makes the rest of the drive easier.
They got a generous spot there. They gave him 5 yards on that run. Here's Paredes again from the shotgun. Throwing it down the sideline. Oh, almost picked right there by number 9, DeMarcus Lawson of the Saints.
That looked like that was going to get picked off again by pass from Paredes, and that's not what they need right now. They need a positive yards, not to give it right back to the Saints.
Went right to his hands. You can see why they don't have him on offense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, receivers that can't catch become DBs.
Exactly. So we got Paredes. He's going to try it again now. 3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line. It's the snap. Thrown over the middle, and there's no one nearby. So it'll now be 4th and 5. Will they go for it? That's the question.
He threw it in the middle of a crowd of Saints, and it looks like they're gonna punt, which I think is a smart choice right now. You don't want to give it up in your territory to the Saints. I mean, they're already gonna be that close to scoring, and you know they can move the ball. You don't want to make it easier for them.
And as odd as it may sound, with 8:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter, this is the first punt of the game.
It's the first punt of the game. Yeah, I mean these two teams have been pretty effective getting to the end zone, and they've been going for it every 4th down or faking field goals and bouncing off of helmets, and it's been exciting. But now it's second half, so you got to be a little more cautious with your play calling,
especially when you're this far back.
Yeah.
All right, here's the punt. Gets off a pretty good punt. Bouncing, and it looks like the San Dimas player touched it, and Bonita's running it back in for a touchdown. Let's see if we can get a final ruling.
It was number 23, William Malloy, who scooped it up and scored.
Oh, and they're taking that touchdown away. They're ruling no touch on San Dimas.
The Saints love it. The Bonita crowd does not love it so much. They're screaming a lot of stuff that I can't repeat here on LVTV3.
There's a lot of moaning and groaning in the stands here on this side.
It looked like the Saints player touched it, but, I mean, we're not the refs. It looked like it grazed number 17, Kevin Colbeck's leg, and that's all you need for it to be a fumble, to be a live ball for either team.
With the way that ball was going, like, why Colbeck even went for it? It was over his head. He had to run back to get it. Had he let it go, it may have ended up being a touchback.
Yeah. When a ball is going crazy like that, the return team usually yells out fire to let everybody know just to get away from the ball, and why it was so close to danger, I have no clue.
The Saints survived a scare there. They're going to get the ball. Looks like it's right around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they must have a genie lamp on their sideline. They got one of their wishes. They're lucky they got that one back. I thought for sure that was Bonita's score.
Most definitely. It really did look like it went off of his leg.
Yeah.
So with 8:21 now, Saints are going to be getting it back. Going to see if they can bring back that power rushing attack that the Bearcats were able to stop on this last drive.
Oh, it looks like they did.
Oh, and they're ruling it is a recovery by Bonita, but they didn't give them any positive yardage afterwards.
Pretty sure Bonita will take it.
Yeah, you can't complain. He got the ball at the 15-yard line, only 15 of those yards to go to get into the touchdown. They're handing off to Hubbard. There's a flag, but he's rushing it in, and he's getting it right around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Hubbard's churning his legs and keeping everybody in arm distance away from him with that tough, stiff arm. There's a couple flags, though. Looks like he's going to come back.
And they got holding on the Bearcats, so it will come back.
I mean, it's the middle of the season now, where it's that time of the season where there shouldn't be this many mistakes. Like, your team should be a little more polished than this. But again, it is a rivalry, and everyone's excited, and everybody's nervous, and you're gonna make mistakes.
Yep. So they're gonna try it again here. Bonita now has the ball at the 38-yard line. Or 28-yard line, I should say. Looks like it's a direct snap. It's Derek Price. Doesn't pick up much on that play. Maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, they did that play again where they line up Price as the quarterback in the shotgun formation, do a direct snap to him, let him either fake it or run it himself, and he ran it, and play was not so successful that time.
So on 2nd and 24 now, we'll see if they can get a little bit more out of their offense than they have on the last couple plays. We got Paredes lining back up now in the shotgun, flanked by 2 running backs, and he's throwing it deep over the middle, and it's batted down by number 4, KWST Brown of the Saints.
Yeah, that's a huge play for a DB to make. Those are the plays that you want, because everyone's eyes are on the receiver. Oh, he's going to catch it. KWST is there to smack it down and prevent the touchdown, which is huge right now.
That was Dwayne Gotti on the other end of that touchdown attempt. And just good coverage. Good coverage by Brown.
Yeah.
All over the receiver, just able to get his hands up and bat it down.
Yeah, great defense. He was in position, and he made the play, and you can't ask any more from him. Maybe get the pick. Maybe a little more. Maybe he can get the pick. No, but that was a great play by KWST Brown.
He's deep in the end zone, too. So Paredes is going to give it one more go. 3rd and 24. Got another deep pass, and it's right over the head of Derek Price.
Derek Price, he's the guy that they give the ball to, and they close their eyes, and hopefully something magical happens. No magic that time, Kevin.
With Price only being 5'9", even when he jumped, he still couldn't quite get to that ball.
Yeah. He tried, though. You got to give him A for effort.
Definitely a valiant effort. He went all out, just right out of his reach.
Here we go again. It's 4th down, and
they went for it on 4th and long before, and it paid off. So with it 4th and 24, I hate to say that they're going to get it, but, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. And here we go. Paredes drops back, throws over the middle, and it's off the hands of number 21, Josh Yepes, the junior.
Well, all in all, it just turned into a deep punt for the Bonita Bearcats. I mean, they really should have capitalized on that fumble return, or that fumble that they got, but they didn't end up getting any points out of it. Still, they have the Saints deep in their territory, so not a horrible play.
Yep. So after a big, exciting first half, it's been kind of a slow and dull second half starting off here, neither team being able to score yet. We got a run there.
Nick Barbone with the carry. He got about 2 yards.
They're just going to keep going back to Barbone there. All right, so with just over 6.5 minutes here, we're watching LVTV where we have the San Dimas Saints leading 29 over the Bonita Bearcats with who have 22 points. We got a pass here off the hands of Barbone by Mick Kalmar. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now for the Saints.
Going to their big stud again, Nick Barbone. Now they throw it to him on a little corner route. And he tipped it with one hand but wasn't able to haul it in. He would have caught that though. He would have got a nice little first down and good yardage in front of him.
We got these big play guys on both sides going for the ball, just out of their reach.
Yeah.
But the effort is definitely there. Got a handoff here to Eric Brown, and he's stuffed after getting about a yard or two.
Looked like it was a reverse from Joseph, and then Eric Brown was going to take it up the middle, and nothing doing. The Bonita Bearcats were there to stuff him hard.
So 4th and 9 now, and it looks like San Dimas is finally going to punt the ball.
Yeah, Bonita's defense stuffed them like a Thanksgiving turkey on that drive.
We got Derek Price deep for the Bearcats. It's a little short kick.
With a kick like that, you might as well go for it on 4th down.
Didn't get much there, maybe about a 20-yard kick.
Yeah, so Bonita has been very lucky so far that San Dimas hasn't been able to get it going. They got a big play over here when they got the fumble, weren't able to do anything with it. And now again, they stopped the Saints for no points. And now they try to tie it up now here.
So Bonita gets it starting once again on their own side end zone. We got a pass here to Price, running over the middle, breaking tackles. He could go all the way, and he's taken down right about the 10-yard line. Big class, right over the middle, caught by Price, weaving in and out of tackles to get that big gainer.
That was a beautiful screen that they set up for Price, a wide receiver screen. Quarterback takes 2 steps, drops back, and throws it right to the receiver. And the screen was set up nice. He had blockers out in front. Not to mention he made a couple guys miss and got a huge gain.
And those are the types of plays you got to get for Price. He's not the biggest guy, but he's quick. He's got those shifty moves, and they're using them exactly the way they should be. We got a handoff now. Looks like it's Griffith again. Trying to go around the corner, but nothing doing.
Yeah, this quarter is also winding down pretty quick, and neither team has been able to do anything really effective except Bonita now on this drive with that one play to Price, and now this play to Gotti wasn't as effective, but they're moving the ball now. So let's see what Bonita's got planned for the rest of this drive.
With 2nd and 13 now on their 17-yard line. About 4.5 minutes to go. We've got plenty of time, not very far to go. Paredes, the pass. Ooh, off the hands. Intended for, looks like that's
little number 25,
yeah,
Griffith.
Doug Griffith had three DBs all over him.
Yeah.
So
and he still almost came up with it too. That was a tough catch to make, diving. He fully extended, and fully extended for Griffith is 5'5", so it's not a very long extension. But he almost came up with the pass. Wasn't able to though.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 now for Paredes and the Bearcats. Paredes drops back again off to Hubbard. Hubbard gets a break, and he's blocked, and he goes in for the touchdown on a nice little dump-off screen pass by Paredes.
Yeah, those screens are paying dividends. Like I said, you got that aggressive defense that San Dimas brings, and you got to take advantage of it. Oh, looks like it's coming back, though.
Got the flag. We'll have to see what the ruling is.
Such a shame to see such a good play and them not be able to keep the reward that they earned.
Yep, and they're calling holding on the Bearcats, so it will come back. What a shame. That was just exactly what they needed. That would have tied the game up, given them all the momentum.
Yeah, this crowd was in a frenzy, and now they're very disappointed.
So it'll be 3rd and 23 now. Paredes drops back, avoiding the hit. He gets it off to Gotti, who is down at about the 2-yard line.
No, actually, that was little Griffith.
That was Griffith
with the
again.
big catch, yeah. Not only with the big catch, but dragging people like a big U-Haul trailer a few yards. A little guy, but he's got power. And the referee seemed to be talking about something. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh, got it.
Illegal substitution.
Yep. And these Bearcat fans are not liking this. 2 big plays in a row that have been called back on penalties.
Yeah, that really deflates a balloon of for these Bonita Bearcats. 2 plays, huge plays. Did everything right, and according to the referees, no, they didn't.
So 3rd and about 27 now. Right at the 30-yard line. A little screen pass to Price. Breaking tackles, he's down about the 20-yard line.
Again, they used the wide receiver screen. Valiant effort by Price, breaking tackles. Wasn't able to pick up the first down, but a really good play by him. Very athletic. Let's see what they do here. If they kick the field goal, or it looks like they're going to kick.
Looks like they got their kicker out, number 14, Evan Hiley.
But you never know with these Bearcats.
And Hiley's kick is off, and it's good. So they didn't get the touchdown. They still come away with 3 points. They're trailing now by a score of 29-25, 3:24 remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for, they came up with 2 big plays, both of them getting called back by the ref. And but at least they were able to come up with 3 points. They're not going back home empty-handed. So they came up with 3 points, cut the lead to only 4 points, and they stopped the Saints the last 2 drives. They should be able to stop them again.
Yeah, if Bonita keeps their defense going the way they've done in the beginning of this 2nd half, keep stopping that Russian attack, force another fumble or 2. If they can keep getting field goals, just chip away at that lead, and they should be all right.
Definitely, and the Saints, on the Saints side, they got to think of something quick to get their offense's motor started. They got to get one of these 3-headed monsters to do something with the football.
Well, Gotti's been, or Barbone, I should say, has been struggling a little bit. It seems actually like Daniel Joseph has been taken over as their big play guy here in the 2nd half. See if they give him a little more carries in this remaining of the 3rd quarter and into the 4th.
Yeah, he had that huge kickoff return in the beginning to start this thing off, and nothing's happened since then.
Here's the kickoff by Bonita.
Nice kick. Oh, it's
taken by Brown. He's getting a good run. Brings it out to about the 35-yard line for San Dimas.
Yeah, that was a great return by Brown. A lot of the Bonita fans are saying that he had his 1 foot in the end zone, which means it should have been a touchback, because in high school football, if the football or the returner is in the end zone, you can't return it. But the referees didn't see that, so he was able to get a good gain.
It was definitely a close call. So with 3:11 here, remaining in the 3rd quarter, see if San Dimas' rushing attack can come back and return the score that Bonita just got against them. They do a little flip pass out to Barbone. Gets it close to the first down.
There he goes, Barbone starting to get his wheels turning again. He's also a defensive player, which is a plus and minus because that means he's a talented athlete, but at the same time, it can tire you out as a player. And you know they're trying to go to him to inspire the rest of his offense now, but he might be wearing down a little bit.
Something you definitely have to consider in the high school ranks, even in college sometimes. But they're going back to him again. He picks up that first down and then some. Looks like about a 5-yard run there by Barbone.
Yeah, he's their workhorse. They're just going to keep feeding him hay, and he's going to keep eating it. And he's getting those yards little by little.
This could be exactly what San Dimas needs. Just keep running that ball, keep picking up first downs, run that clock, take time away so that when they do score, Bonita has even less time to try and come back and answer with another score.
Exactly. And on Bonita's side, they gotta think of a remedy quick.
So Kalmar hands off, another flip back to Barbone and picks up about 2 or 3 yards again.
Looks like they're stacking the line now, the Bearcats are, to try to put a stop to this running game. They're bringing the linebackers up closer and putting those outside linebackers up as DNs and just letting them shoot the gaps. And that might be the only way to stop them. The problem with that is if San Dimas comes with some kind of play action, they might be in trouble.
So far it's been working. So far we haven't seen much of the passing game from San Dimas, so right now Bonita figures it's not a threat against them. And here we go, we got Joseph again with a big break, and it looks like he could score, and he's tackled out right around the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds. That could have been another touchdown right there for Joseph.
Yeah, we got Jeff Gillick that he's stumbling back to the huddle a little bit, number 10 for the Bonita Bearcats, and he brought down number 6 Daniel Joseph. He looked like he got a little injured on that play, stumbling a little bit. But yeah, what a great run by Joseph. Like you said, he's been the go-to guy to make that big play in this second half.
So it's now first and goal from the 6-yard line. They got a run to Barbone. It's taken down right about the 1-yard line, maybe even a little bit closer than that.
Barbone reminds me of those old school fullbacks, you know, the ones that had the leather helmets and used TV guides as thigh pads. Like he's just in the ground, in the dirt, earns every yard he gets.
He's a nitty-gritty player.
Yeah.
He doesn't take for granted all this talent he has, all this effort he's putting in.
Yeah. He's got a great offensive line that's opening up nice holes, and he's showing his gratitude by picking up those extra yards.
So on 2nd and goal, it's another handoff to Barbone. It looks like there was a fumble there. We'll have to see who has it. It appears that San Dimas was able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, San Dimas. I mean, there's never a good place to fumble the ball, but it always hurts more when you're 1 yard away from the end zone and you fumble the ball. So Saints are lucky there.
Right there, we got a nice shot of that SmudgePot. That right there is what these two teams are playing for tonight. And if the San Dimas Saints can score right here as the 4th quarter runs out, if they can get that score here, that 2 more yards to go, it'll get them that much closer to claiming that SmudgePot once again for their own side.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, both teams want that SmudgePot back home. San Dimas wants to keep it, and Bearcats want to bring it back. And it's just bragging rights for the next year because, you know, San Dimas and Bonita are not that far away from each other. So these kids, they see each other all the time.
All right, and as we go into this fourth quarter, we'd once again like to thank Warehouse Pizza for supplying our food for our LVTV staff. Our staff here of all student workers from the University of Laverne. So San Dimas, as we said, going into this fourth quarter, leading by a slim margin of 29-25. Only 12 minutes left in this game. Looks like they're about to go in and score, punch in another touchdown. What do you expect?
Well, they're 3 yards away, and I just expect them to pound it in there because that's Saints football. We're going to pound it right. You know where we're going. Stop us. So let's see if Bonita can get their guys together to do that.
We fully expect Barbone to get the ball here. He's been that tough runner getting yards up the middle, and that's exactly what they need here. With just, like you said, 3 more yards to go, or 2 yards to go, rather, on 3rd and 2, or 3rd and goal with 2 yards to go. And there it is to Barbone, and he's in for the touchdown.
And there it is. Touchdown Barbone.
Didn't take long, just 6 seconds back and into this fourth quarter. And they take the lead 35-25, and they still got that extra point to go for.
Yeah, San Dimas sidelines they're going crazy. They know they might, they're a touchdown closer to keeping that SmudgePot at home for another year.
As they line up now for the extra point. Kick is up, almost blocked, but it's good. So San Dimas takes a 36-25 point lead now, 11-point lead. Still plenty of time though, still 11:54 to go in this fourth quarter. Bonita does need to get a score here on this drive.
On those extra points, it seems like Bonita is like 6 inches away from blocking it every time. And they might get one before this game's over. But yeah, the Bearcats gotta come up with some points on this next drive. The Saints have proved that they can move down the field, kill some clock, and get in the end zone. Bonita has to retaliate with the same.
We'll see what they can do. Derek Price has been that star here, not only in that first half, but going to him a lot in the second half. They're definitely going to have to use him. They're definitely going to have to get back to Doug Griffith running the ball and running some of those screens. So we'll see if they can get back to that.
Yeah, this Saints team, they got a strong D. So let's see what they got in store for the Bearcats.
Little short kick, bounces to about
no
45-yard line, and it's recovered by San Dimas.
Onside kick.
And San Dimas will have the ball here right around the 35-yard line.
For some reason, the Bonita players were treating it as it was a punt, and they were all backing away from it. When a kickoff, as long as it goes 10 yards, it's live for either team.
And it definitely went those 10 yards.
They shanked that ball, and now the Saints have the ball again. They're going to try to put it in the end zone.
And if the Saints score right here, you get the feeling that could be the ball game.
It might be. It'll be hard for Bonita to pull back that quick, especially how well the Saints control the clock and the ball.
So here they go. Got a pass out to Barbone. He's got some blocking, and he's out right around the 14-yard line.
Catches the ball in the flat, takes it up the sideline for a nice gain. Quarterback number 11, Mick Calmer, he delivered a perfect pass. Very easy pass to deliver. He had a defender in front of him, and he threw it right over him. It was a good gain.
San Dimas team just keeps figuring out exactly what they need, keep getting exactly that play, whether it be a run, a screen, a deep pass. And Bonita's just cannot figure out how to stop them because they keep coming at them with something different every time. So Calmer again, hands off, and Barbone is in for another touchdown.
How many is that for Barbone tonight?
I believe that is 3 on the night, maybe 4 for Barbone.
Yeah, coming in this game from 9 touchdowns, and we picked up at least 3, maybe 4.
So with that score, It is now San Dimas 42 and Bonita 25.
Bonita's really going to have to go to their passing attack in this next drive to catch up quick.
We wait for the extra point. Snaps off. It's up. And again, they get it. 43-25. Saints over the Bearcats. Still a lot of time. Still 11:42 in this fourth quarter. But to be down by 18 points, that's a lot of points to score.
It is a lot of points. But then again, you got to remember, Bonita did score 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes, pretty much. Or, San Dimas and Bonita, they scored 2 touchdowns in like 48 seconds. So it's totally possible to score to get this game back in control for the Bearcats. They just got to find a way how to.
Bonita's got to make sure they can get to and hold on to the ball, because that's been their problem when they have opportunities that they just weren't quite able to capitalize on, with that onside kick just minutes ago being a prime example. They could have easily gotten to that ball, but they kind of shied away from it.
Seems we got some Bonita fans already leaving the stadium.
Got the kickoff, not a bad kick, out to about the 15. Here comes Price, bringing it back. He's got that up just past the 25, right around the 26 or 27.
Nice return for Price. Way to begin this drive. Coach needs to come up with something quick, because even though they have 11:36 left, they got to do a lot of stuff in a little amount of time.
It looks like they're going to be going to the pass. They got a spread 4-receiver formation with 1 running back, and Paredes in the shotgun. It's thrown over the middle. Oh, and it's just past the outstretched hands of Doug Griffith. And there's a flag on the play, though, so we'll have to see what that's for.
Looks like it was tipped by Daniel Joseph of the Saints. Might be pass interference.
And they got holding on the Saints.
Bonita will take it. They need all the help they can get right now. They got to get in the end zone, and they got to get there quick.
So that'll give them a first down. Have the ball now at the 37-yard line. Snap to Paredes. Drops back, throwing deep. And it's broken up by number 6, Daniel Joseph, intended for number 26, Dwayne Gotti. And had Joseph not been there, Gotti probably would have caught that ball too. He
would have got it. He got a nice big gain, which they need right now at this point in this game. But like you said, number 6, Daniel Joseph was there, and he broke it up.
Joseph now is making the difference on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. He's the firecracker that the Saints needed to wake him up, and he's definitely doing his job.
Bearcats are going to try again now. 2nd and 10. Paredes back. Little dump off to Griffith. Griffith's getting some good run. Stiff arms a guy, and he's able to get it out. Runs out right around the 30-yard line. Nice. Another great little screen pass to Griffith. Once he gets going, shifting between guys, using a little stiff arm there.
Yeah,
got the first down.
That guy's something. Quarterback delayed on throwing him the ball just enough, but he was able to get the ball off, and Griffith took it the rest of the way. Number 1, Brian Hubbard, came with a nice block around the 25-yard line, which got him a nice little 7 extra yards. Too bad Griffith tiptoed out of bounds. If not, who knows, he might have been in the end zone by now.
So 1st and 10 now at the 31 for the Bearcats. Paredes still in the shotgun. Another screen pass to Griffith. And he's got another big gainer. Gets that one out right around the 12-yard line.
Griffith does a great job because he's shifty, but he's only shifty when he has to be. He saw a lane that was straight ahead of him, and he just took it. He didn't take any, he didn't go left or right. He just saw that little bit of daylight right in front of him, and he took it before it closed, and he got a huge gain in the first down.
The way the Bearcats are using Griffith reminds me a lot of how the Philadelphia Eagles use Brian Westbrook. Use him handing off, use him little screen passes, even use him as a receiver every once in a while. Very versatile player, and he's picking up a lot of good yardage for this team. Paredes passes, and it's right through the hands of Dwayne Gotti. Another missed opportunity by Gotti.
No, actually, that was Griffith that dropped the ball that time. That happens sometimes when you have a defender right in front of you. You're already thinking about the move you're going to do instead of catching the ball, and he wasn't able to. You got to catch it first and then make a move with it.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now at the 13-yard line. Paredes drops back, looking over the middle, thrown out of the reach of Price, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, he threw it in the middle. I don't know which target he was trying to get to, but maybe this flag will explain it.
We'll have to see. Refs are taking their time trying to figure out what exactly is the call. And they're calling pass interference on the Saints.
And that's what happened. Gotti was complaining in the end zone. There might have been some contact. Bearcats will take it. 10:38. They still have a lot of time, but they desperately need to get it in the end zone at this point.
Every opportunity they can get, they need to try and get that 7 points. They can't settle for field goals now.
No, sir. You need to get the 6 with the extra point to make it 7.
So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 6-yard line for the Bearcats. Paredes hands it. Nope. It's off to Hubbard. And he's stopped right around the 3-yard line. Looked like he was going to maybe get around and score the touchdown, but he just couldn't quite make it.
It was a good run, though. He got a good positive yardage, got closer to the end zone, and he got out of bounds, which is key because he stopped the clock, and they definitely needed clock management at this point.
So with it now 2nd and goal, 3 more yards to go for the Bearcats. We gotta hope that they can score here. Paredes with the little pump fake, throws it through the end zone. Just didn't want to take the sack there. Smart play to just get it away.
He pumped because he had to pull back because the defender wasn't where he wanted him to be. And yeah, smart play, just throw it away. You don't want any picks at this point.
So with 3rd and goal now, still with the 3 yards to go. Seems like the Saints defense has finally stopped them once they get around this goal line.
Yeah, 3 yards away. You're so close to the end zone, you can smell it.
For the Bearcats not to get 7 here would be a major disappointment and could suck the life out of this stadium. And here they go, lining up for the play. Snap back to Paredes. Avoiding the sack, and he gets it off. Looks like he got it to Griffith. There's a flag on the play.
It was a late flag.
Roughing the passer. Got a late hit on the quarterback, Paredes.
Yeah, and that's perfect because they were in a situation where they were 3rd down and it was about to be 4th. So now I think they get the 1st down.
Yeah, they got that 1st down now. They're going to have a much better opportunity now to try and punch it in.
They get 1st down and half the distance. So they're about the 1.5 yard line. It's funny how you could be so close but so far away at the same time.
They've still got 10-14 to go now. See if they can finally punch it in. Even at the goal line, they still got Paredes in the shotgun, and he's taken down for a sack. Sacked down at the 10-yard line. Appears to be by
Justin Winrow, number 94, came up with a huge sack. I mean, for Bonita, this was the worst time that it could happen. For the Saints, it's a huge momentum booster for their defense. I mean, to make a goal line stand like that at the 1.5-yard line, to get a huge sack in the backfield, that was a great play by the Saints defense.
What puzzles me, though, is why at the 1.5-yard line you would have your quarterback in the shotgun formation when you could easily just hand it off to one of your running backs and try and punch it in. There's Paredes. Thrown it, and he gets Price in the end zone for a touchdown.
What a great play. Maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they wanted to be back a little farther so they had a little more breathing room to work with. Derek Price again coming up big and gets the touchdown. Gets this sideline. Gets this crowd back in a frenzy. People are going crazy, shaking their pom-poms, shaking their bomb-bombs, and this game is not far out of reach for the Bearcats.
No, it's not. 43-31 now, and Bearcats just score on the 2-point conversion, so it is now 43-33, down by 10 points with 9:21 to go. We'll see what they do here with the kick. Do you think they're going to do a traditional kick, try an onside and recover?
Well, they have 9:20. I don't like to predict what's going to happen anymore because every time I say what's going on, I'm wrong. But if I'm the Bearcats right now, I think you just do a traditional kick it deep. Or actually, don't kick it deep. Kick a high floater, make them fair catch it. That way there's no return. You don't want number 6, Daniel Joseph, getting the ball again because he's dangerous, especially in those kickoff returns. He had a pretty nice one to about the 30-yard line last time, and you don't want a repeat of that. So if I was a head coach, but I'm not a coach, but if I was, I'd do a traditional high floater kick, and hopefully they just fair catch it.
We'll have to wait and see. With only being down by 10 points, if they can stop them here, next drive they can either go for the field goal or the touchdown. Just hope they can get that ball one more time.
It's number 14, the backup quarterback, who also doubles as a kicker. He's got 4 points tonight. He's got both of the 2-point conversions.
Let's see if Bonita does what they've been doing with a little fake kick before lining up for a traditional kick. And they do an onside kick. There's a flag on the call though.
Usually when it's blown that quick, it's offsides on the kicking team.
That's exactly what it was, offsides on the kicking team.
And then that ruins you trying to go for another onside kick because they're kind of expecting it now. They might still do it though.
We'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Nope, they fake it, and now they're going to go back for a more traditional kick.
Still believe they should kick a high floater. We'll see what they do.
Let's see what they end up doing. They kick a little low bouncer. Picked up by number 6, Daniel Joseph. But they're able to get to him this time, and he's down around the 29-yard line.
I count 4 Bearcats that had to wrestle Daniel Joseph down.
So not a bad starting field position for the Saints.
No, not bad, and they know how to control their clock, and they know how to chip away at this field and against this Bearcat defense. And they're not the kind of team that's just going to waste time. They're going to try to score again. So let's see if Bearcats have an answer for them.
We'll see if the Bearcats can get back to what they were doing at the beginning of the third quarter and stop this rushing attack. Try and keep them from running too much time off the clock so they can get back and score more points. There's a handoff to Joseph. Joseph is stopped in the backfield. Loss of about 1 or 2 yards on that play.
He's met by a whole gang of Bearcats. Even Price was in the mix, losing his helmet.
Looked like the whole team on defense was going after him.
Yeah, Price is out there. He's pretty pumped and he's excited. Defense, you know, they're only down 10, so defense has to come up big on this drive.
And they gave him a pickup of 1 yard on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line. They're lining up. We've got a 4-receiver formation, but they're handing it off. Looks like it's Joseph again. Nope, that was Eric Brown, actually.
Eric Brown, he hasn't touched the ball in a while. Try to give him the fresh legs, some carries.
Got a good little chunk of yardage there. So it'll be now 3rd and about 4 to go. Just over 4 yards to go.
This is big. If Bonita can stop him here, they better get ready to have to stop him again on 4th down, because I think that's what the Saints would probably do.
We got the Bonita fans cheering for defense here. Let's see if they can get it. A handoff to Barbone, and he's picking up that 1st down and then some. He chugs his way out of bounds right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he's got his big old hogs on the offensive line, making big holes for him, and then he's running out there like legendary John Riggins from the old Washington Redskins down that left side. Just a great run and great effort after the first contact.
They went away from him a little bit at the beginning of this drive, gave him a little bit of rest, and that just gave him more right here. We got a big burst, big run, able to pick up a lot of good running yards.
Bonita defense trying to think about what they're going to do to stop this Saints offense.
Kalmar goes back under center. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Good play there by the Bonita D-line.
Looks like there might have been a mishandled snap by Kalmar in his center. But yeah, he was brought down quick by that Bearcat D-line.
Got number 61 on the Bearcats defense. That's Daniel Harriman trying to get the crowd pumped up. And another bad snap there by the Saints. But there's a flag on the play, so we'll see if the Bearcat defense had anything to do with it. Nope, just a false start. False start on the Bearcats.
Luckily for the Saints, the refs blew that play dead. Sometimes when there's a mishandled snap and the referees let it go live, it usually goes to the defense, like they usually pick up that ball. So even though it's a penalty for the Saints, they should be glad that Bonita didn't end up coming up with the ball.
So after that big running play, they've now lost some yardage. It's 2nd and 15 right from midfield. Got just under 6.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. It's a handoff to Joseph. Not much there. Gets it back just around the line of scrimmage.
And this is a great situation for Bonita to be in, because now they have the Saints have 3rd and long, and they're not known at all as a very effective passing team. So, I mean, not saying that they can't get 3rd and long on a run, but it's a little less likely. So Bonita, the Bearcats are in a good situation right now. Especially with the clock ticking down, they got to do something quick.
Got just under 6 minutes left now. If they could do what Bonita's been doing with Griffith, see if they can maybe get a good, quick screen pass off to someone like Joseph, that may be what they can do to pick up that 15 yards they need for the 1st down. We got another penalty here.
A lot of mental mistakes by the Saints in this last few plays of this drive.
And another false start. So that'll set him back another 5 yards. It'll now be 3rd and 20.
What I think the referee is complaining about is when the center gets up to the line, he's grabbing the football and lifting it off the ground and then putting it down. You're not allowed to do that. Once the ball's on the ground, you have to snap it from that point. And they gave him a false start.
Let's see if they can figure out what you figured out and try and avoid another false start here.
Yeah, this Bonita crowd is screaming out defense, waving flags, and the cheerleaders are getting into it. Let's see what happens.
Bonita, they got another flag. Delay a game now. So that'll set them back another 5 yards. 3rd and 25 now for the Saints.
I don't know, it's getting stinky on that field with a series of brain farts by the San Dimas Saints. I don't know what's going on. They've been pretty put together this whole game, and 3 penalties in a row.
Just a lot of mental mistakes. They got to get things in order. We'll see if they can actually pick up the first down here, as it's a running play to Barbone, and it looks like he may actually get the first down, tackled right around the marker. We'll see if they give it to him.
There's another flag on the play. They ran that triple I, or some people call it the Maryland I, where you have 2 lead blockers in I formation and one guy back 8 yards deep. And Barbone almost picked up that first down, but looks like it might be coming back with this flag here.
We'll have to wait and see. The ref's talking it over with the San Dimas coach. That's Bill Zernikow. They got an illegal block on the Bearcats. That definitely helps the Saints there.
Fourth and 1.
The penalty is going to be declined, though, so it's 4th and 1, as you said. After that run by Barbone, you got to imagine they're going to go for it here, try and eat more of that clock, and even try to score another touchdown or field goal to try and put this game even further out of reach.
Well, they had like 3rd and 15, and they almost got that whole chunk. 4th and 1 shouldn't be a problem for the Saints offense.
There they go. It's a handoff, and looks like Barbone was able to pick up the first down. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, looks like he did. And now it's just to the point where Saints are just going to kill the clock little by little, running these little plays, and sometimes one will pop off and might get another trip to the end zone, but they're not that worried about it. They just want to let this clock go down and leave here with the victory.
And with that last first down, a lot of Bearcat fans are quiet and starting to leave the stands. They're kind of losing the faith. They're down by 10 points. Looks like they could be down by another 7 or 3 with only 4.5 minutes remaining. Things aren't looking good for the Bearcats. And we got another penalty flag here. We got a false start on the Saints once again. You figure after a while, after all these false starts they're getting, they'd learn what they're doing wrong and try and repair that problem.
Yeah, just this drive alone, they've gotten 5 penalties.
A little flip back to Barbone. Picks up a good chunky yardage. Looks like about 10
It looks
yards.
like he might have got face masked at the end of that run.
Could have been a face mask, maybe even a late hit out of bounds.
Either way, it was a nice pickup by Barbone. While the referees get it figured out, Bonita's trying to figure out how the heck are we going to stop these guys. And thus far, they don't have the answer.
Every time they think that they're doing something right, like even at the beginning of this third quarter, they were able to stop every running play that the Saints were throwing at them. But the more and more they got to that run, the more and more tired that this Bearcats defense has gotten. And now it just seems like the Saints are running on them at will.
Yeah, seemed like they did bring him down, fireball by a face mask. Looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
So it's 1st and 10 now from just inside the 15-yard line for the San Dimas Saints. Again, the score is 43-33 with about 4:20 remaining in the game. And that's Joseph with a good pickup. Picks up about 6 yards there on that run.
Yeah, the Saints still moving the ball, and the time is starting to run out little by little for the Bonita Bearcats. But there are still many fans here in the stands that are not giving up, and they're cheering, and they're.
All right, so the score here with about just under 4 minutes remaining on LVTV is the San Dimas Saints 43 and the Bonita Bearcats 33 here in the 4th quarter. We got another running play here. That one not much doing, maybe a yard.
He was brought down by Tyler Cortez from behind. Good tackle by Cortez. Now comes to the situation like when we start taking our timeouts, and they're gonna have to use some of them now. They're gonna have, I mean, they're only down 10, but they're running out of time.
Running out of time, and San Dimas is about to put in another score. They gotta try and stop them here. If they could get a turnover, that'd be even better. But with 3:34 remaining, they gotta make sure they make something happen now.
Definitely, these Saints are just gonna keep doing what they're doing, what they've done all game. Nothing's gonna change. And these Bonita Bearcats are rallying now and trying to figure out how can we not let these guys back in the end zone. They have to stop them here. They're only down 10, but there's only 3.5 minutes left, and it's gonna get each second that ticks off that clock is gonna make it that much harder for the Bearcats to rally and make a comeback.
Here they go as both teams get back on the field. 3rd and 3 now for the Saints. Have the ball right around the 8-yard line. They definitely want to hold on to that smudge pot. So they're going to see if they can see if they do another running play to pick up these 3 yards as they go to Barbone, and Barbone scores another touchdown.
Barbone is packing his bags and his desk and his drawers, and he's going to move into that end zone over there as he's visited many times tonight.
He's got to get a frequent flyer card for how many trips he's made to that end zone.
Oh, man, that's...
So with 3:31 remaining now, this game looks like it may have gotten out of reach now for the Bearcats. With this extra point, Saints now take a 50-33 lead.
Yeah, these Saints pretty much are in control of this game for the next 3 minutes. Bonita's basically got to score, get an onside kick, score, get an onside kick, and score. And they need 21 points quick in 3 minutes. Not saying it's impossible, but the way the demeanor is on the sidelines down there doesn't look very likely at this point.
No, it does not. And a lot of these Bearcat fans realize that. There's a good number of people leaving now, see if they can try and beat some of the traffic out.
Yeah, that's never good to see when you're on the stands. If you look back, you catch a glimpse of people already leaving a game that's not even done. I mean, this is football. Anything can happen.
As we've seen so far,
Yeah.
especially in that first half.
Yeah, it was an exciting first half. This half a little more favorable for the Saints.
So we'll see what kind of kick the Saints do. We've seen just about every kick from them. It's a short little kick over to Price. Price running it back, breaks a few tackles, and he's down just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's brought down by number 10, Jesse Rodriguez. Good return. He did what he could with it. And now the Bearcats got to just concentrate on moving forward and getting in that end zone.
With 3:28 remaining, Bearcats are going to have to try and score 17 points just to tie it.
At this point, they're probably just going to look to score 3 touchdowns. Here's
Paredes out to Griffith, breaks a couple tackles, and he's down about the 37-yard line, just about 3 yards short of the first down.
Good play, and they might have to run into a no-huddle offense, seeing as they have to save all their timeouts possible and get back on the line and keep moving the ball.
We had a quick little huddle there. See if they can get the snap off real quick, as we're just under 3 minutes now in the game. Perez with the pass, and it is caught by number 11, Matt Jelilich. Or number 21, rather. That's Joseph Yepes.
Yeah, nice catch, nice throw. First down, stops the clock till they set the chains, which is good.
That clock stoppage is just what they need. As it's rolling again, it's getting about 2:30 left now. Here's the snap to Paredes. Passes it out. Oh, incomplete pass off the hands of Dwayne Gaddy. He had a couple of opportunities to try and hold on to that ball, just couldn't get the grasp onto it.
It's just another one of those situations of running before you make the catch. Yeah, he wasn't able to hold on to that one. And one thing that's good about a play like that is it stops the clock. I mean, it's second down, so every drive from here on out is going to be 4-down territory. So they're going to have to go for it on 4th down if it gets to that point. So that play wasn't that bad because at least they were able to stop the clock.
Give them a little bit of time to think about what they're doing here on 2nd and 10. As Paredes drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws it out to Price, who is hit right away by number 21. Clifford.
Yeah, it was number 31, actually. Brian Hilpert, who brought Derek Price down right away. And Bonita decides that this is a good time to call a timeout.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 when they get back. Just under 2 minutes remaining. It's $1:59 left on the clock.
Yeah, I think they have 1 timeout left in the game, the Bearcats do, which doesn't leave them in a good position for the later scores. But I mean, I guess you can only think of 1 score at a time at this point. With 1:59 left, the game is not out of reach, but it's definitely going to be a tough one to bring back.
With the pace they've been going so far on this drive, it's hard to believe they're going to have enough time to come back and score another 2 times after this. Here they go with Paredes, throw. It's caught this time by Gotti. Holds on to it. Just enough for the first down.
It's caught. The time stops till they set the chains again. Bearcats got to huddle back onto the line and run their next play.
Clock's rolling. Got another pass by Paredes, but it's right into the outstretched arms of the defender. And he's running it back. That's number 4, Kawadis Brown again. And he runs that back out to midfield, and that'll just about do it.
Yeah, it pretty much blows out the candles of the cake for the Saints. cherry on top. They got that pick and pretty much are in full control of this game now with only 1:26 left.
You can see on that sideline there of the Saints, they're definitely happy. They're celebrating. They can't wait to hold on to that SmudgePot Trophy for yet another year.
Bragging rights against their crosstown rivals for a whole year. And as these stands are slowly getting very empty.
Those that didn't leave before are certainly getting out now as Calmer just takes a knee. He'll only have to do it a couple more times and this game will be over.
Yeah, they're gonna just kneel it and go home with the victory. Short bus ride back to San Dimas to get ready for some celebration tonight. San Dimas is gonna have a great night tonight. Bonita, the game was never really out of their hands. Like, they were in the game pretty much the whole game until the fourth quarter when they let some really crucial opportunity slip away. That fumble in the beginning of the third quarter, they didn't end up coming any points with or wasting much time, and then the Saints ended up getting the ball back. So.
Yes, Bonita's definitely not looked bad in this game. It's just a couple missed opportunities here and there that they just were not able to take advantage of, whether it be the interceptions thrown, whether it be the fumble recovery that they didn't take advantage of.
Yeah, both of these teams played great tonight. Definitely both came out to play, played their hearts out. Saints were able to come home with the SmudgePot tonight.
That's the last kneel down, and that'll be the game. It's the San Dimas Saints winning it 50 over the Bearcats 33. Both teams go out and congratulate midfield.
I'd have to say Nico Barbone was definitely a huge leader for the Saints tonight. I mean, not only on offense, but on defense, he had that crucial tip against Price for that deep pass, and he played great on offense. He played great on defense, and he visited the end zone many times tonight. Also for the Saints, number 6, Daniel Joseph, tremendous play today, huge plays. Had a run up the middle, had a huge kickoff return, had that touchdown that he cut across the field to get in the end zone for, and
the running game in general for this Saints team just took it to these Bearcats, just never gave up, and now they're going home with the SmudgePot.
And here they go and get it. Saints are all running back.
And there we have the SmudgePot. We got these Saints holding it up proud.
They all want to touch it. They all get to keep it for another year, waving that flag. And San Dimas sideline is going crazy.
All right, as for the Bearcats, player of the game for them has to be Derek Price. Whether it be some of the defensive plays he made, breaking up a couple passes, and just getting a lot of key plays, scoring touchdowns, even just getting big gainers for the offense.
Yeah. Griffith, too, was a big factor for the Bearcats tonight. He came up clutch in a lot of plays. Number 25, he did a great job for the Bearcats tonight. And then for the Saints, I mean, they had that three-headed monster, and they all contributed big time. Saints get the SmudgePot for another year.
That they do. As you can see, the band is happy too. They're doing their little dance. They're just as happy as this team that they get to keep this SmudgePot. So with that game here tonight, once again, it's the San Dimas Saints 50 over the Bonita Bearcats 33 as the San Dimas Saints go home with that SmudgePot once again. This is Kevin Zini along with Yasel Yak-Manrique for LVTV. Hope you all have a good night. Look forward to seeing you again real soon.